27.
Stereophonic sound for dance music. In its different way, this has its own magic. The magic of accompaniment, tailor-made in the fashion of the day.
Okay.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is your man JBot. Thanks for tuning in. Hail, everybody. Mo Biggs in the house. Hail, Mo Biggs. Quick link pinned at the top. Back Odin Dasko's Unconditional Shove live on Indiegogo. Make sure you check that out. Great value, a lot of cool stuff. And they just add a pin up. We'll get Odin on here in a bit, and he can go ahead and tell you all about it. And let's see. Hail, Broken Compass Comics. Hail, James. Thanks for tuning in, my man. And hail, Odin. And we'll go ahead and let's go ahead and we'll bring Odin on, talk about unconditional stuff, and one or two other little campaigns we'll touch bases with for some friends of the show. So let's do some fancy intro stuff. I wish I could shortcut them. That'd be so much better.
A new foe has appeared.
Hey, buddy, how you doing, man?
Excellent.
So I'm glad I caught you and I sent you that link.
Yeah. So speaking of which, Luke got back to me. He's like, "Oh, we'll send love to JBot from Topicless." So the crew over there is all good people, but we're holding down the fort here and kicking ass.
There we go. Yeah, we're all trying to do our own stuff. I watch that all the time though too. So
always
real neat. Always
a good show.
Real cool dudes over there.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's just go ahead and unconditional shove. Let's go ahead and share this stuff. Maybe one day I'll get good enough to where I don't have to give everybody the play-by-play of what I'm doing.
You share a shove. I like that. Sharing is shoving.
Oh, this is weird. Allow? Okay, that's not supposed to happen. I'm using Firefox, and it's telling me screen, but it's like weird. It's like weird options. Yes, I understand.
Oh, really? Yeah, I mean, I use Firefox at work, but at my house I use Chrome, so I guess I'm fluent. They're not that much different from what I've
well, this is weird.
Did you get the Weeb Firefox or something?
I don't know. It's just letting me
Japanese.
do like either entire screen or what the fuck? Dude, what the hell? It's not letting me select the tab.
Oh shit! Do you want me to share it?
Yeah, you share it.
Okay.
Put your ass to work.
I can
Put
do
your
that.
ass to work.
Well, not if you put it that way. I don't want to work.
Let's see. Oh, do I gotta do that now?
All right, let me log out so you don't see my stuff.
Hello, yeah. Yeah, it's weird. Yeah, it's weird on Firefox.
So it doesn't have like the other ones say like Chrome tab.
Yeah,
does not
it
like
just
that.
says screen video. I'm like, okay, cool. Let me do a screen. And then it's like, and then a weird window pops up and it's like, oh, heads up. Like before, I'm like, yeah, I know, man. Like, I don't need a warning. The fuck? And then it says like studio preference or entire screen. It's not even giving me like, I got to share the whole screen. All right. Well, this goes so much for that. We're not fucking around with this guys anymore.
I pulled it up.
Cool. Let's do that. Okay. I don't know. It's very weird. Let's bring that up. There we go. Odin's on top of it.
Totally. So yeah, what do we want to look at? I just want to go over what we got here, man.
Absolutely, absolutely. You know, give a little
let's
promotion.
start it here. We're at $29.90. We're literally one digital backer away from hitting 3,000.
There we go.
Because we have the digital $10. That would put us right at an even 3. 74% of funding to that 4,000 flexible goal, which means we're making this book regardless. But definitely want to get there and beyond. Just extended the campaign. I was telling you that in the back that we are on for another 30. So we got some time to get this out there. And there will not be another printing of this first edition. So anybody who is interested, you got to get on this first one if you want that limited run of first edition print. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you gotta get that before it takes off. You gotta get it on the ground floor because once this comes out, I have a feeling that it's gonna, because it's different. I feel like it's gonna catch on. Then Volume 2 is gonna pop out, and everyone's like, "Oh, what about Volume 1?" It's like, well, here's the catch up.
Yeah, you can get Volume 1, just not the cool original. It'll just be like it'll be the Mo Biggs edition. It'll just be a black cover, like nothing else. I think that would be cool. So we've got color, black and white. Both versions, and a digital version, as well as original art. If one wants to throw down big, just slam it down on the table. You can get the original art.
That's a good value too. $250 with 2 books and the original art.
Yeah, you get both editions of the book and some really, really awesome interior pages. Basically, if you want a page outside of the 2-page spread, if you got this and you saw a page you wanted, because I'm going to pull like 10 that I think are awesome. But if you found a page that you actually really wanted, it's just on the campaign or something I shared along the way, it would be yours. You know, I'm not stingy like that. Yep. 2 stories.
Mo Biggs says,
exist. Friends like these. And so
Mo Biggs says, don't tell them they can get a Mo Biggs edition. If they wait, they will wait.
That's a good point, man. They will wait.
They will
if
wait.
You make them wait, they will come. If you tell them Mo Biggs is waiting. So here's something cool. This is a print that is going out to every backer of a physical copy. Not anybody who didn't back. Anybody who backs digitally doesn't get the print because I'm not shipping to you. But this was done by Skunk Artworks. Awesome painter, and hit him up and said, "I want you to paint me some Vidon." And he just made this awesome image. Totally reminds me of like a 70s sci-fi novel cover or something. So
yeah, you could just tell he's kind of like floating along the sand, like looking, just like you could almost like see him moving,
Yeah, that's it. He's just hovering above, looking across, scouring the universe and looking for strange tales to tell. So yeah, everyone will get it'll be a comic book size, same size as the comic, so it can be in the bag and board with the book when it comes out. And and that's where we're at.
Awesome.
So I'm going.
Awesome.
Unless you wanted to play the trailer one other time.
Sure. Well, you'd have to play. No, I think I actually have it, and it'll be interrupted. Let me see if I have. I think I have it here in my video.
Yeah, I joke about it because I'm like, one more time watching this. Like, I love the trailer. Abra fucking did such a great job.
She
like,
did.
Man, I'm gonna be watching this till the day I die. It seems like.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, she did great. And it's not.
Oh,
she did a great job.
Sorry, Mo says play the trailer muted and have Odin do the narration live. I probably could with as many times as I've seen it, like without
We
a script.
probably all could.
All right, let's play it muted. We'll see if I can do it. We'll see how.
Oh, you'd have to play it. Mine is if I play it, it's a video. It'll cover the whole thing because I have it as a video.
Oh, okay. All right, I'll play it. Hold on. We'll give it a shot.
It's not gonna have the kick-ass music though.
That's true. Yeah, it's only James and Mo here. Let's do it. They've seen it.
Go for it.
All right, let's try.
Your speculation. Just
Oh,
an
but I
educated
can't do the
guess, I'd
forced
say that
Kelly.
man is alive.
Hold on. Come with me. See what I see. The terrible worlds lie between. The realms observed and the realms unseen, where the dark things live while you dream. Join me, Vidon the Beholder, as I drag your mind into those shallow... I fucked it up. I can't remember now. I was close. I was getting
That was
there.
great. I'm clipping that out. You got to come on when the book comes out and start reading the book.
Oh no, I kept thinking about like that for like content for content for the channel. It's just let's sit there and read and narrate shit.
pages of compelling,
Yeah, that'd be cool.
action-packed, terrifying fun.
You got a fireplace?
I'll take you to a place
I
where the
wish.
otherworldly is made manifest.
I have a wood burning
front of a
stove
fire
that
The
I can't
abstract
use.
permeates the
Oh.
cosmology. In this place, your
In front of a
fears
fancy
will
chair in front of a
construct the most
fireplace and just read
terrifying
excerpts from the
animations.
A robe, pipe.
In this place, monsters exist.
I mean, smoking a pipe. I mean,
we stumble upon
you
an
know what I-
ancient friendship
A glass pipe,
between
I mean.
monsters. And you'll see why
mean,
it
crack
might be
pipe, I mean,
best
you
to
know.
keep your monsters close and your enemies even closer.
Mo says, try again with
Yeah.
JBot
With
beatboxing a
friends like
backtrack.
me.
A backtrack.
Unconditional Shove Volume 1.
that would
A
be
graphic
gold.
novel for
It
all
would
you lovers of the
turn into
Go
Eli.
Vidon. Go Vidon. Go Vidon.
We all know exist.
It would turn into Eli really
Shadows of our
quick.
universe. Unconditional Shove. Back in today on Indiegogo.
James says JBot can hum the music.
That's true. I'm sure you could. Cool, man.
Awesome, dude. Awesome.
Yeah, like I said, we gotta go in another 30 days, and I can announce it now. It's been confirmed that tomorrow night, first I will be on the Creators Outlet with Will at 7. That's 4 my time, 7 Eastern, and then at 9 Eastern, I'm on with Bancroft,
Nice.
Mr. Ambassador himself. So
Hell yeah, dude. That's awesome.
excited for that because it's a little larger audience, and hopefully push the shove a little further.
Yeah, push it deeper.
Just shove it down.
Let's get some. We'll throw some synthwave on a little bit. And
What's up,
then
Shipbird
we'll-
Militia?
Shit bird. My wife's like, "What's going on in there?"
We're just hailing the shipbird. That's all.
Background audio. Yes, I understand. This Firefox is sucking, dude. I don't know what's going on.
Wow. Well, you look
Open.
clear. At least
Like
to
I
me, you
can't-
look a lot clearer than normal.
Yeah, I'm trying to share the what you call it. It won't even let me. Fire. It's not supported. Oh man, it's all Chrome. Ooh.
They have a deal with Melon.
Oh God, I might have to switch over, man. I might have to make a deal with the devil. Let's see how that's gonna work. Yeah, because I can't play none of my music. I can't, dude. What's up, Firefox? You guys dropping the ball, dude.
You guys suck. But you made JBot a lot clearer. That's the price we paid to see.
Oh
his
man,
face.
honestly, it sucks. I mean, if I can't play music, man,
Yeah.
then it's just awkward.
Well, That's an awkward silence.
then it's just awkward.
It's just me reading the script to the
you know,
trailer the whole time.
Fuck it, we'll wing it. Let's go for it. All right, Shitbird, Mo, James. We need a subject to draw tonight.
Need a subject, and Mo hailed your wife. Says, "Hail, Mrs. Bot."
Yeah.
It's very
She
nice.
popped. I think he was watching when I was streaming some game stuff. She popped on. She came home. I was streaming game stuff. She was like, "Hey," I was like, "Hey." She didn't mind. She
Oh,
had her
nice.
hair did, so she didn't mind coming in front of the camera to show it off.
Right, right. As long as it's the right time. Otherwise, she's like, "What the?
Yeah.
No."
I got to be like, "This is the angle I'm showing." Okay.
Right.
Mo said, "Oh, Broken said." James says, "Work it, make it, do it, shove it harder, better, faster, stronger."
Let me read that. Work it, make it,
Oh,
do it, shove it harder, better, faster, stronger. Yeah, almost went Jack Palance there. That would have been cool.
Thank you, Melon, for stopping JBot from turning this into a gay club. I was going to put synth. It's going to be synthwave, man. It's going to be ambient synthwave music.
What are we drawing, fellas? Or
Come
people?
on. Yeah, Mo was here. You were playing some Jurassic Park on the Sega Saturn. Yeah, this game was trash, dude. I was like, this game sucks.
Oh yeah, Saturn was. I mean, a lot of people like it, but there's some really garbage games on there.
The two of you obviously have never listened to Daft Punk. I know exactly what it was.
Okay, I've listened to Daft Punk, but I don't like them that much, so or not enough to know that was Daft Punk lyrics. I'd rather hear it in Jack Palance's voice, which was way more. But if you did Jack Palance's voice over Daft Punk music, I think it'd probably work.
It might be cool. Never listened to Daft Punk. It's not the own. James thinks it is. Solid Snake riding a bear. That's what James says.
What the fuck is Solid Snake?
Oh, Solid Snake from Metal Gear. Metal Gear Solid.
Oh, okay.
The Metal Gear guy.
I thought it was
Gear.
Yeah,
Nano machines.
I thought it was something gay.
If James says it, it's a good possibility it is.
Well, that's why. It's immediately where my brain went.
It's a good possibility it is. You got some kind of gay undertones in there. So
well, it's like that thing that was floating around that was like it turned out to be fake, but the Iron Man and Captain America were arguing like an old comic, and he's like, "I'm gonna lay some solid dick on you," and they're like somebody inserted in there and tried to say that it was like back in the day, that's how people talked, that was like an actual term.
It should be.
It found out to be a fake. Yeah. It's time for you to get some solid dick.
Yeah. I just think it's such an alpha move. You just whip your dick out and just fucking smack him in the face. Just whap.
Well, yeah, it would be pretty tall for that.
It's like, damn, bro. That's why it's an uber alpha move.
Tired of your shit. Whap.
Whap. He just hit me with his penis.
Well, I was just talking to James about the scene in Lock, Stock where the guy gets beaten to death with the 15-inch black dildo.
Oh god,
I remember that. Yeah, like the main boss guy like beats someone to death with a dildo. That shit was funny. I'm like, yeah, he's sitting there writing a story. He's like, okay, and then he's gonna beat this guy. How does he beat him? With a giant black dildo. Yeah.
Sounds great. Or he's just looking around.
Norris writing Solid
Snake. It's like,
oh. I kind of like that. Chuck Norris writing Solid Snake. So I got to look this up because it's been.
Oh, we can just draw like Chuck Norris.
Or just Chuck Norris.
I don't know if I want to draw two people.
Yeah, two people. Two people is kind of a bit much.
Mo says they did talk like that back in the old days. Listen here, Dick. If you don't pull up your drawers and put up your dukes, I'm going to leave.
Oh, what was that one? It was one time on one of the draw streams, hanging out with Drew, and he used some old term, and I was like, I love that term. I haven't heard it forever.
Oh man, he should come on and tell us.
Yeah. It's basically like where you're, ripping into somebody, just like telling them off.
Oh man, I know which one you're talking about, but I can't remember what it was.
Remember that? Yeah.
I was like, "Ooh, that was a good one."
It was. I was like, dang, I hadn't heard that.
I got an audible if we don't like any of the suggestions today.
Well, I'm down to draw Chuck Norris, and
Chuck Norris would be pretty cool. Yeah, that would be pretty good.
how about we mix the two? Chuck Norris riding a bear, because I don't want to draw Solid Snake. Well, I could draw Solid Snake riding a bear, or we could draw Chuck Norris riding a bear, or we could just draw Chuck Norris doing whatever.
That didn't sound right.
Yeah, it's your imagination. Mo says, wait.
Chuck Norris riding a buffalo.
Riding a buffalo.
All right. Like the guy on a buffalo. Like what?
It's like, wait.
Like the guy on a buffalo? Yeah. Like, what do you mean, like a guy on a buffalo? I think that has something that I don't quite understand.
Well, a guy on a buffalo.
So there was that one.
He says, he's like, wait, hold on.
I'll get the link. Oh.
You can't know. Oh, I think I know what he's talking about, but yeah,
You can't not know. Is it like the guy who littered? Or no, that's the guy on the horse. Or the Indian that cries?
Yeah, he wasn't on a horse. He was just walking down the street.
Oh, was he? That's even worse, dude.
Yeah, no, like kids drove by and they threw a bag of garbage at him and they were like, woo, 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 woo. You know, like, and then he had the tear.
He's not even he can't even afford a horse. He's not even a cool alien.
He's not even a cool alien.
I mean,
Right,
a cool alien, a cool Indian. Sorry, I was looking at the stream. Iron Ice Cody. He wasn't even really Indian.
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought it was. Okay, yeah, guy on the buffalo. Yep. Iron Eyes Cody. He wasn't even really. Yeah, that's the funny part.
Guy on a buffalo. It was episode 1? What? The fuck?
Yeah, dude, this was great. Like, I remember this whole intro is just beautiful. But you won't be able to share because you're stupid Firefox. Huh?
I know, because Firefox is ghetto.
You want me to share it and we'll watch it?
He's literally just riding around off a buffalo.
Yeah, that's like the whole intro. That's like the whole show. Then he beats up Indians, I think.
Okay, guy on a buffalo.
Guy on a buffalo. You know, not to put a fine point on what's going on here, but let's call it guy on a buffalo. All right, set up
Most of the whole series is worth watching.
I don't doubt it. I mean, it kind of has a Daniel Boone, David Crockett feel.
Let's add that.
All right, let me.
Oh, my camera's going crazy. I gotta change it. Take that off. Take that off.
Fix my lights.
That on manual. All right. Hail, General Piggy. What's up, bud? So we're thinking Chuck Norris on a buffalo? Dude, that's gonna be hard, man.
Salute, General.
There you get some reference.
Yeah, this might call for some reference. You got to pick what era, what style Chuck Norris. You know, there's plenty of Chuck Norris iterations.
I see him like how he was in what's the one that we watched, the
Delta, or not Delta Force,
USA. What was that
yeah.
one?
Why can't I?
You know what I'm talking about.
Invasion USA.
Invasion USA with the no shirt and the vest. That's how I see him.
Like 2 Uzis.
Shit, I gotta get a
Strapped.
reference for a buffalo. Like,
So
oh crap!
literally strapped. Yeah, Chuck Norris will be the easy part. The buffalo. I don't think I've ever drawn a buffalo. No, I have. But I was
And
younger.
Bobig's got it.
Oh, wow.
Invasion USA.
Invasion USA. No, I was thinking like old school Chuck Norris without the beard.
Oh,
Like, yeah, like Enter the Dragon, or it wasn't Enter the Dragon. Which one was that?
no, what? Return
Like
of the
Game of
Dragon.
Death? Return of the Dragon.
Yeah.
And then, or like Breaker. You ever see that one?
No,
Or Silent Rage.
I heard
Some of
Silent
the
Rage
roles-
is pretty good.
I like both of them. I mean, they're horrible in like all these awesome ways. No, I was Breaker. I was watching it as a kid, and they would like censor a lot of stuff.
Mhm.
You know, a lot of the language. And there was a scene, like whoever did the censor, either they were like did it on purpose or they just sucked at their job. But it's like some guy from clear across the, I don't know, they're far away from each other, and he's yelling at Chuck Norris, and he's yelling, "You son!" And it's like in slow motion. He's like, "You son of a bitch!" And so I knew that's what he said because I had it on VHS, but I was watching it on TV and they were censoring it. And then, like, right when it gets there, like, you can't hear. He's just mouthing, "You son of a," and then all of a sudden, like, the censor stopped and he goes, "Bitch." So they censored "You son of a," and then everyone gets to hear "bitch" really loud. That cracked me up.
I don't know which one to do. Maybe Missing in Action, Chuck Norris, subvert expectations.
Yeah, Missing in Action. That's an iteration. There's always Walker.
Yeah, that's kind of yeah.
the
But I feel like
Lannies.
that's on the nose, you know.
Yeah, or Sidekicks.
Sidekicks. I can't. That one kid in Sidekicks committed suicide, dude.
What?
The kid that was with him in Sidekicks, the main
Like
star. of
the
Sidekicks?
main actor kid.
Yeah.
Was it because he got harassed for his
I
movies?
have no idea, man. It was, but it was like it wasn't like it was like he stopped acting and then, you know what I mean. And then he did it. Like I think like he was like, I don't know if he was doing Sequest or he was doing something or some shit. And then it wasn't like recently.
Oh wow, yeah. I mean, that sounds familiar, but I thought he had such a promising career.
Yeah.
Oh, it's funny. I found an image of a woman riding a buffalo, a drawing. Donna the Buffalo. She has a Facebook page. Interesting.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's try it. Open in a new tab.
Buffalo are so badass looking.
No, I want the picture. I don't want the article, dude.
Not those gay water buffalo, but the American bison buffalo. Those ones
No,
are
okay. Here we go.
badasses.
Open image, a new chat tab. Here we go. And then,
Did you figure it out?
not to share anything.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the bison.
Yeah. I find a good one. They're all just like standing there. I'm like, it's like an action shot.
Yeah.
I should type buffaloes in action. See what happens.
Yeah, right. Or I'll have them riding bison from Street Fighter.
Oh. M. Bison. Now you probably know, because I never heard the story, why they. Now I know M. Bison was kind of a reference to Mike Tyson, and he used to be Balrog, right?
Yeah, so the way it went was that M. Bison was Balrog,
Right.
Vega was Bison, and
Yeah.
no, Okay, I fucked it up already. Vega was Balrog. M Bison was I mean, in terms of names. So like you had the boxing guy was M Bison in Japan.
Yeah,
He's M
right.
Bison.
Which is Balrog to us, but
Yeah, and then Vega was called Balrog, and then M Bison was called Vega.
okay. Yeah.
But then they switched to 3. And Sagat was always Sagat. So
Oh, good old Sagat. He was actually my favorite to play with.
yeah, he was a beast, dude.
Oh yeah, so he had the long limbs of a Dallism, but he had a long range moves like Ryu and Ken.
And then he'd do it low or high. I'm like, you asshole.
Yeah. Well, and he had kicks and punches that were all low or high that like they just had more. He just had more range.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good one.
So now my question was, because I knew that about the history of Street Fighter, but I didn't know why they changed it.
For copyright reasons.
Oh, was that really all it was?
Yeah, because they really couldn't be like, well, his M Bison, it sounds too much like Mike Tyson. So that's why they had to change it.
Yeah, and I knew that was kind of the point, right?
But, yeah, but you can get away with that in Japan. In the US, you can't.
Right.
Not now.
Right.
Okay.
Head smash buffalo jump. You ever heard of that?
What was that?
I think it's like a town in Canada called like Head Smash Buffalo Jump.
No, that sounds awesome. It sounds like a
Sounds
comic book,
yeah.
or like a metal
They
band.
named it after a guy who like got his head smushed by a buffalo.
He tried to jump over a buffalo and smash his head.
Well, no, how they would attack the buffalo is they would make these holes, and then they would like hunker down in the hole, put their spear up, and like spear them over their head.
Oh,
That's what I hear anyway. And then the guy just like smushed in his hole.
got his head smashed.
Head smash buffalo jump.
You can draw Chuck with that kid slaying over the back of the buffalo. Chuck is giving him a lift to the other side. Yeah, Sagat was in part 1, so it didn't change him. Yeah, everybody forgets about part 1.
Yeah, it's got to be very Chuck Norrisism. How are we going to do that?
I think I might work in. Oh, where's my other pencil? Well, I don't have it. I was gonna do.
Oh, okay. I know what I'm going to do. I got to get a
in
picture.
blue.
Are you working blue?
I was going to, but my pencil's somewhere else on the downstairs. I'm like, I'm not gonna get that. I'm not gonna get that.
There we go. That works.
I think their nose is like this. I don't know.
Don't ask me. I didn't invent these animals.
I didn't create them. Ask Byron. Who's Byron? Like, do we know who Byron is, or is it just like a clip?
I don't think anyone knows. I think it's kind of non sequitur. Like the fact that we don't know is why it's funny.
Who? Byron. Who? Was it
Byron.
Beans and Rice and Jesus Christ? Is that what he said?
Beans, rice, Jesus Christ, and Byron. Byron.
I thought maybe it was like a radio host or something. He was in or some shit,
Yeah, like we may never know.
We may never know. With the crackhead thought who Byron was. One of life's greatest mysteries. Who's Byron?
Say crackhead like it's a negative thing.
I guess you're right. Meth head then.
Meth
He was wearing a jacket and no shirt, so that's a good indicator.
Yeah, all right. What do we got here?
Oh damn! I should have lowered this head. I forgot their back goes so damn high.
Yeah.
I was like, oops. I don't know if Chuck is fitting on this Bison, bro.
Oh, I think a cool idea, and I just thought of it now, but doing Chuck Norris like Han Solo and the Bison like a Tauntaun. That would have been cool. Wait, that's
And the head came out pretty good. I don't want to do it over again. Damn it.
right. Yeah, I've been there, but it's usually like I think that way, and then the second one turns out better because I've already done it once. But I get the sentiment. Like, that was good. I don't want to do it again.
Gotta see how big. Oh, damn.
Are you doing them proportionate? Like how
Well, that's
big?
what exactly. So I saw this Bison next to the front of a giant truck, like a big ass Chevy truck.
Yeah,
It's
dude.
like a whole front end. It covered the whole front end. I'm like, damn.
They are not little beasts.
That might work then. I might be making it work.
And all black.
These other like Blu-rays of Missing in Action don't even like the covers don't even look like him. Like what the hell?
Oh, like the paintings on the covers?
Yeah, like some of them are like, yeah, like just like one. It's like, dude, like doesn't even look like him. Like the first one, I guess is like a Blu-ray on Amazon. I was like, who the hell is this dude? Like it's not the one we know. It's a different one.
Yeah.
Missing in Action 3. Everybody had to come out of the water with their guns. Colonel James Braddock. That's just a badass name.
Oh yeah, that's back when they actually like cared about like naming them badass stuff. what sounds, we had G.I. Joe to go off of. What sounds cool? Duke, Flint, James Braddock.
Let's catch up with the chat here.
Oh yeah, there's people.
I think you meant to say Biden. Byron.
How about M. Biden?
And Biden. Aldous on the farm. What's up, bud? Thanks for coming in.
What's up, Aldous? Good to see you. All right, let's see. Now we got to figure out how we're going to do old Chucky.
Where are you? That's not it. Byron.
Scared me, man.
Did I? Whoa.
So you make me mess up. Byron. Byron.
This arm might be too long. It look weird.
The hair. Oh boy.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. Oh, Chuck Norris's hair or the Bison's hair?
Chuck's hair.
Me too. Yeah, that's exactly. I'm like, oh,
They're not that much different.
not that much, right? The Bison got his hair from Chuck Norris.
That's right. I started drawing it. I'm like, his hair is actually kind of like Shaggy.
Yeah, it is. Too high. Dang it. All this is close out for Rocket last night. 5 hours. That will likely bore you to death. I delved into collection. Put a lot of books on camera.
I caught a little bit of it because you guys were still going even after 80s was done, after we watched Porky's. I caught a little before 80s show and then a little after, but I was like, yeah. Like he was pulling out some cool stuff, though.
Yeah, Porky's was my first time seeing it.
Oh, yeah.
And, yeah, it was all right.
It was all right. I mean,
everything else was fine. Just sometimes the way they made them, like how bad they wanted to get laid. I'm like, these guys are kind of creepy. Like,
yeah, that part, that whole element is a little creepy. But I remember seeing it as a kid. I'm like, I didn't think much of it,
Come on, guys, let's all get in this room together and shut the lights off.
Well, they're all like, let's get a woman and let's all bang her.
Yeah, and I'm like, ew.
One right after another.
Yeah, I'm like, ugh.
Yeah, it's a little
I don't think it's as cool as they think it is.
No. Well, then at the end, the one guy's like, shit, they tore down the strip club. He's like, no, I'll never get laid. I'm like, dude, you're in high school. There's chicks around you all the time.
Yeah. I can never talk to any girl ever again. Like, you can go to college, right? Like,
Right. There's ways to get laid without going to a strip club.
Mhm.
Actually, going to a strip club is one of the hardest ways to get laid.
Probably because everybody's going there to try and get some.
Well, these women don't want to have sex. They're like, oh, it's a fucking living, I mean, at a certain point, yeah.
Yeah, it's just their job. It's just like, well, okay, I guess so.
Yes. Get over here, big boy. Let's do this.
That's when you're like, yes, she settled. Awesome.
She settled. That's what I say every time. Yes, she settled.
Yes.
So glad you settled.
She needed a ride home, and I was the only one available. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's the reality of life.
Is that an M60 he's holding? I think I'm going to give him an M60.
Be right back.
Let me know if you want to hop in all this. I'll shoot you the link, bud. There we go. That one's good enough. Open image and new tab. There we go. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. I can't believe I can't share music. This is retarded. Can't share video or background audio? Dude, what the hell? This thing sucks.
Did you send James a link?
I did.
Okay. I'll sit here penciling forever, but let's see.
Come back. Let me see if I'm even. Let's see. I thought I was. I'll shoot Aldous a link here in a second too. Skip that for now. Cool. Awesome. I thought I was following you. Horrible if I wasn't. Shoot that over to him. M60 machine gun.
Oh yeah, that was the weapon of choice for an 80s movie, it seemed like.
Mm.
this picture is gonna be so stupid.
Mine too. It's gonna be great. I might try and do something different too. I might do a more of a sloppy style. Dude, I can't. There's my problem. I gotta draw the dang thing first. Look at my hand. How would I hold this?
I do it all the time, man. Always look at my hands.
Yeah, I was redesigning rigs while we were watching Porky's last night, and the more I keep tweaking him, the less and less he starts looking like a turtle.
Oh,
I'm like, oh, well, he might just be like this, this crazy Steam Night thing. So we'll see.
yeah. Was he supposed to look like a turtle? I remember
Yeah,
that was kind of a thing, but
that was the idea
Oh, okay.
initially, but
I mean, I
Now if he's
figured
gonna-
because he had that kind of like beak nose looking thing.
now it's kind of like, well, he might just be this crazy steampunk robot thing,
Yeah.
which I'm not going to call steampunk. I got my own term.
You know what I say about steampunk? Well, maybe you don't, but
I know it was funny. I can't remember what it was. You know what old Jack Burton says.
yeah, it's the healthiest way to prepare punk.
Yeah, there you go. I'm just gonna put a bunch of little doodads on it to make it look like it's. Like, that's how it goes. But they're like steampunk. I'm like, not necessarily. You know what I mean? I'm thinking more World War I. In the aesthetic that I'm going for.
Gotcha.
More heavy machinery than.
Well, I think that's where steampunk kind of came from, was this idea of the kind of industrial revolution stuff, where just starting to get into those realms, and then but it was kind of wonky, so it made it, I don't know, made things like have steam coming out of it.
But everybody has fucking top hats and shit, you know.
Oh yeah.
I don't want top hats. I want helmets.
And monocles. Yeah.
I want helmets and goggles.
Right.
I Oh shit! I gotta bring him on right. We're gonna hide him again. You guys didn't see that. If I click that. I don't know what happened. It wouldn't work.
I have no idea what's going on, man.
I was trying to do an intro. James is here.
Oh,
We're trying to bring him on
James
right.
is here. Okay.
Let's see if we get this one. Bro, okay. Anyway, here's James.
Fucking failure.
Dude, Firefox sucks, dude. It sucks for Melon. I can't do nothing.
Sucks for
Dude.
my melon.
I was trying to bring up Charlie Murphy and shit. Wouldn't even let me bring up Charlie Murphy. I was like,
That was
man.
great. How are you?
All right, how you doing, bud?
I'm all right. I figured I should make an appearance because everybody thinks I'm dead. So I'm not dead.
The rumors of your death.
They were
largely, well, not largely, but mostly exaggerated.
mostly exactly.
I want helmets. JBot's idea of steampunk is Clockwork Knight.
I was just going around telling everybody you were dead. I mean, I didn't know it was going to be a rumor.
Well, it was the most hostile takeover of a company that has ever happened.
I know, and then here you are back from the dead to take it back.
You know what they say, when you want something out, you have to put it out in the world in order for it to happen.
Can't you can't keep a horrible ginger down, you know? What are we drawing? What's going on?
This is Chuck Norris riding a bison.
Chuck Norris riding Bison.
I only did
Buffalo.
I did a self-portrait. Here you go, JBot. Maybe I'll send this to you. You can hang it up. Here's my self-portrait. Are you ready?
Sure. Oh.
I thought it was going to be Corky. That's cool.
Looks just like me. Yeah, so I bought I was telling Odin earlier, I got my my airbrush. So I'm gonna start doing some airbrush art, so I'll join you on the art streams now.
Nice, man.
Get
Speaking of
back
joining
into it.
us, here's Aldous on the farm.
Oh,
Wicked Aldous. How are you, buddy?
Not too bad. Greetings, gentlemen. How we doing tonight?
good evening, Aldous.
Not
All
too
right.
bad. It's been a
All
spell.
right, bud.
That it has. Well, thanks for the invite, man.
Oh, no problem.
Yeah.
I know we're always like passing, like either I'm watching the stream, but I feel like we're never really on the stream together. So
But yeah, I've just been head down writing. That's pretty much what I've been up to.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Trying to get ahead of the issues for Bastards, and just finishing up the final edits on issue 2. And I must say, issue 2, I love issue 1, and I can't wait to get it in everybody's hands. It's almost done, I assure you. There was a little bit of a little bit of pumping of the brakes on the art side due to a lot of things going on in Samir's world, but we only got I think 2 pages left, 2-3 pages left, and then it's going to the printers.
Awesome.
Very cool.
And then
Yes.
it's going out to everybody. So, but issue 2, I'm so fucking excited for issue 2 now. It's oh,
Don't get that excited. God damn, dude.
I'm so excited. I'm gonna start jerking off.
Oh, it's gonna be that kind of party.
I don't know if I'll
Not
turn.
picking the match today.
I don't even know if I'll turn my camera off for it, to be honest.
Uh-oh. Well,
But no,
can't.
it's
Way to
been
come back, man.
it's
to see you.
it's been fun, man. It's been fun just putting my head down and writing. I needed to do it. All the streams and stuff, I haven't had time. It's different. It's different with you guys. You guys can draw and stream, and it's fun watching. But writing on stream, that's not a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even draw on stream except this one. I used to, but I don't know.
You can make it happen. You can make it happen, James. It's the writing stream, guys. Come on in.
No, somebody's tried it, and nobody wants to watch me write. It's me
I think
fucking
people have
getting.
tried it.
Yeah, it's me getting fucking drinking sake and fucking listening to music and go and like listen to the same song like 15 fucking times in a row, and going like, yeah, that's the emotional cue right there. Yeah. It's like,
I'm
anyways.
I'm the opposite, man. I'm very technical in how I structure everything out. So I kind of break my outline out and then go to the note card method and then shift everything around as I'm structuring it out. And it's all I'm constantly talking to myself while I'm shifting things around and reading them out. And it might work, but it would just I'd probably end up being committed. So
Yeah.
Well, I think that's the thing. Like you're like, I'm talking to myself.
Well, that's why we don't write on stream.
fine.
It's because we would be committed. Like fuck,
Well,
like people
true.
would watch and be like, "Oh, something wrong."
and then I mean it's when I go through edits, man, it's just an ablative stream of curses. It's just goddamn son of a bitch, motherfucker, and it's just a stack of red pens, and it's nobody wants to see that.
Well, like I kind of want to watch that.
It sounds exciting now.
Yeah, now you mention it. Like,
I mean, luckily for Bastards, it's all boarded out. Like the entire series is done. It just needs to be written. Like, and then naturally there's the little nuances that come out, or like little fun things that come out. That's like, oh, I didn't expect that. But like the main plots are already done, so it's just kind of following that through line. But yeah, I listened to Ennio. I can never pronounce his first name. Marcone. Ennio Marcone. Here's to you, like 25 fucking times in a row, like blaring it through like my fucking sound system. My wife wants to murder me.
I have no idea what that is. Like
Me neither.
you said a bunch of words. I have no idea what. That
Yeah, it's
Sounds like some commie bullshit, is what it sounds like.
it is some
I was
commie
like-
bullshit. Ennio I can never pronounce his name. Marconi. He's
Try
the
pronouncing it without sounding like a retard.
Marcone. He's the famous composer who did like all the Western soundtracks of
Okay, yeah.
yesteryear. He did
Oh,
like
did he do the good and bad, the ugly?
yeah, Good, Bad, and the Ugly, like all that. So yeah, there's the one track, Here's to You, and that's like
How are you saying it?
incorrectly is how I'm saying it.
Yeah, all this is like he is botching this shit up.
So you're talking about Enrico Marconi?
There's no C. It's like ENNIO, is it not?
It's E-I-E-I-O.
EIEIO.
Fucking
Yeah, it's
he had a
old
farm.
McDonald,
A
you know.
chick
Yeah.
here and a chick over there. You know?
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
He wrote Old McDonald too.
But
There
that's
you go.
interesting. I love the I love hearing about like different writing techniques and what people do, because what I do is I literally just listen to the same track like 50 fucking times while I'm writing pages, and that's how typically I write. I use music to kind of influence the emotion behind the scene. Everything's kind of a movie to me when I'm writing.
Gotcha. See, I do I guess I kind of do the opposite. I'll structure out the scene, and then I figure out how to pull emotion into it.
Right. Everybody's like,
And I'm
this is
like, oh man,
this
this is badass. I'm gonna do
this
that.
this is why people don't want to listen to writers talk about writing, because it's fucking boring. It's like, what do you do? Oh, I write on cards. What do you do? I listen to music and drink fucking sake.
Well, like a lot of it too will come down to, so like when you're laying out a page, when I'm thinking about how to lay out a page, I'm thinking, how do I draw? I want to start with a slow beat and end on a high beat. So you want to turn the
Right.
page. So I'm going to constantly think about each page is a mini film, and I've got my opening and my closing, but my closing, I want you to turn to the next film. So when I'm doing that, it's like, okay, how can I do that? So it ends up being a lot of discussion about what do I want occurring in the gutter here, and what do I want occurring in the gutter here, and then what do I want occurring along the seam, and then how do I want that progression layout to go, and then man, I'll spend hours on that, and then 9 times out of 10 I'll toss it over to an artist and they'll go, yeah, this sucks, so we're gonna do it this way.
It's interesting because I have the same
Being a part of
mentality in almost a different similar way. I don't know. It's like, because I think in film, so it's like 30 frames kind of mentality. So I kind of pick like, what frame am I showing of that 30? Almost kind of thing.
Right. Well, I always take care never to like talk about camera angles or anything when I'm doing my
Oh,
my
same.
descriptions.
I just say close, wide, fucking, unless it's like super important, then I'll be like, this needs to be like extreme Dutch angle. Can you put a Dutch angle on the Dutch angle?
Can you pass the Dutchie on the left hand side?
That's true.
Where's
But,
their ears at?
God, my Chuck Norris looks like ass. I want to start over.
It looks like he's pooping, to be honest.
He's hunched over riding buffalo. But like
He's
You should
kicking
put
the
his-
buffalo's
all the
ass.
proportions, everything got so
Okay,
like,
so he looks naked already, so you should just put a big swinging dick right between those legs. I'm just saying.
Looks a little bit like the GI Joe figure Outback more than Chuck there.
yeah, no, that's true. No, I'm starting over. This looks like shit.
Can you at least put a giant cock between his legs before you start over? Like,
You really want that?
I really do. It looks like a fucking. It looks like your Sugar Chris drawing. Actually, you should put a dress on him instead.
Kind of does.
It looks like Sugar. There you,
There you go, James.
Wicked. Oh.
Yeah. Even the dick turned out shitty.
Hooray, penis.
Maybe the dick is shitty. What was he up to prior to the
Oh,
picture?
well. He did love them buffalo.
So Aldous, how did I missed the rocket closeout? Apparently, how did it go?
Dude, it was 5 hours long. It went a little longer than we initially planned, but we were having a good time. Arvid joined us for a little bit. Dean was there for the majority of it, and then Steve and I, and then Dan Plagle hopped in there at the end for a little while. And we were just, instead of doing like your standard closeout where it's just, constant shill the book and flip through it, we kind of wanted to talk more about what we're inspired by and why we're doing this. And so I went to my collection and pulled out a bunch of stuff. We were just throwing it on camera. And I was surprised. A lot of people hadn't seen a lot of this stuff.
What'd you show off?
Night and the Enemy by Harlan Ellison and Ken Stichi. We flipped through that for quite a while. We went through Howard Chaykin's illustrated fiction version of Alfred Bester's Stars My Destination. Showed off some more illustrated Harlan Ellison. Went through some Steranko stuff. Went through a bunch of, we flipped almost completely through John Bolton's Cull from Bizarre Adventures number 626. And that floored everybody, man. Everybody was, a lot of people apparently had never seen that. So that pencil work is just awesome in that.
That Cull stuff's really good, yeah.
The real stuff.
So yeah, we just having a good time. I was pulling out a couple Epic Illustrateds and kind of showing what the general layout of Epic was, and then showing how that inspired what we've got in Rocket, and it was a good time.
How did the campaign do? I've been kind of off the grid writing, so I haven't been paying attention to fucking anything.
We closed out at 101 backers and a little over 5,100. So
right the fuck on. Good for you.
Did okay. I was hoping we'd be a little. The money is not not as big as the backer count. Right. I was hoping for about 150, because that's kind of where we need to be. If I can get that 150, 200 level, then it's going to be a lot easier to move forward with any kind of even a biannual or a quarterly.
Rocket 3, like if you continue Rocket 3, like this is just going to keep catching fire. It's such a awesome and good idea that you're doing. As you guys proceed, if hopefully you do keep going, it's just going to get bigger and bigger. I think this is something that other people are going to be kicking themselves in the ass, being like, I should have come up with this down the line, to be honest. I'm a strong believer in it.
Maybe.
I haven't been able to pick it up yet. I know you're going in demand, so I'm going to be.
Yeah, we are in demand, and we'll be in demand for a while. So, but we've got now, instead of trying to shield the damn thing everywhere, now I actually have to buckle down and start writing again. So go through and edit some articles, and we got to finish up a couple of minor interviews yet. But moving forward, we'll get this thing cranked out.
Yeah, like I'm excited for the future of it. Like I think what you guys are doing is just so fucking cool. Like I'm excited for it.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. I'm looking forward to getting it in everybody's hands and seeing what the reaction is for sure. Looking more forward to Unconditional Shove, though. In fact, that was one of the things that we were talking about after the stream ended. It's like, man, the only thing that's out right now that kind of even comes close to the tone of some of the stuff we were showing off last night is what Odin's putting together.
Oh yeah, well, it's a no-brainer for what Odin's doing is so different than everything else on the market. So
Yeah, I was surprised though that there's not more of it. You know, there's a lot of nods to like 90s, which makes sense because of our age. But you know, I just don't see as much for going back a little further to some.
It needs to do really, really well so that I can do my story in Shove 2, Electric Boogaloo. I'm really excited for that story.
Electric Boogaloo. You changed the name on me?
Yes.
I liked Screenplay.
Yeah, no, my story in the second Shove is called Screamplay. Screenplay.
It's gonna be tough. I gotta do his face
Screenplay.
now.
Well, we gotta look and see if there's not already like a Tales from the Crypt episode.
I looked through Tales from the Crypt. It's not there, but worst case scenario, I'll rename it. But from now, it's called Screenplay. And it's an exciting little tale of zombies.
Oh, there you go.
Everybody loves zombies, you know.
Zombies and writing.
We need
You couldn't
another...
do, one thing I still feel is just very underrepresented in CG in the indie space as a whole is werewolves. Have you thought about doing a werewolf book?
I did come up with an idea, and it's called Michael Bancroft Werewolf Hunter.
Oh, there you go.
And he hunts down bogan werewolves through the outback.
I think my only edit suggestion there would be to make them wear kangaroos.
Yes.
Well, maybe he's the werewolf and they're the kangaroos.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, there you go.
Turn it 90 degrees.
Yeah.
Make sure you put a lot of Dutch angles in that one.
So I go off to go fucking write for a
that's not
couple
90
of
degrees.
weeks and get a bunch of pages done. And I come back to looking at all this fucking crazy shit going on, like fucking Frog getting not letting him go into in demand, and like all this crazy, like I'm like, dude, you can't take a break from paying attention to what's going on because there's just too much. But that's horrible. What was there a solution? Is Frog doing any other way of selling the book moving forward? Like, what's going on?
Oh, they got it resolved. They're back in demand.
Oh, they did get it resolved. Okay.
Yeah.
Because the last, like what I saw, I just saw like somebody messaged me about it, and I was like, what the fuck? And yeah, I didn't know that they got it back in demand. So that's good. Was there like, did they let people know what the resolution was, like how that got resolved, or
They reached out to Indiegogo from what I understood and just got it resolved. I mean, part of this too, I mean, with everything that's been going on, I'm still a firm believer that there's no reason to cough up to malevolence what is easily passed off as incompetence. And I think based off the last 10 months of Indiegogo's behavior, I think it's just they've got a shit team. Every time they've tried to roll out an update, it just goes to hell.
Somebody was saying that I don't know if it was you, Aldous. Somebody was saying that they outsourced either their trust and safety or something to do with the site, and that's when everything went wacky.
Yeah, there's a couple people saying that. I didn't look into it too much, but it sounds like they hired a third party, and the third party apparently is using like a generic AI that's going through and checking stuff. So I'm sure that's part of it too. But either way, you know, it is what it is. We got hit with it with Rocket. I'm not gonna bitch or complain. There's certainly no agreement when we post the campaign on Indiegogo that they're gonna promote it. So it's up to us. So.
Right.
And I don't think there's that whole lot of organic traffic anyway.
I'm with you on that. I think the organic traffic is like next to nil. Like, to be honest, it's not something that I'm a strong believer in.
Well, I haven't met too many people that are like, yeah, I'll scroll around just looking for something to buy.
Like Kickstarter, like Kickstarter's like organic shit. I know that's something that exists. Like, I have heard that is pretty good.
It's interesting that it's them, but not Indiegogo. Like, because that does seem more like a thing. Like people do that at Kickstarter.
Well, I mean, Indiegogo is like great for our side of the coin, but like, you know, you got to get. At the end of the day, we all need to get both sides of the coin going. And when it comes to Kickstarter, what they have going on in that community, a lot of it's fucking bullshit, but like they have a really wide reach especially when it comes to the comic book stuff. So it's something to keep in mind. I mean, yeah, we've seen people try over there and, you know, have mixed results, but I think the results are there more so than Indiegogo personally. I'm probably wrong because I'm retarded, but
I don't think so. Well, I mean, I think you're retarded. Don't get me wrong. I don't think you're wrong on Kickstarter, though.
Yeah, I don't know. I encourage everybody to, you know, if you're just going to do a one-off book or a book, maybe every year, one a year, maybe one every 2 years, I would stick with Indiegogo or Kickstarter, especially if it's something where they're just one-offs and you're really not planning on doing anything with them. Beyond that, use Indiegogo for your first few, and then go to a storefront where you control the branding, where you control the path and the structure and the presentation. And, you know, that way, especially you're not going to get nearly the rake that you've got on Indiegogo, and you've got more control over it. And I do think it's going to be a change. But I think, you know, one thing this scene definitely needs is a little bit of a kick in the ass. I mean, it's become kind of static. And
for sure. That's kind of what we got used to.
Yeah, and you know, I'm never one to say that, you know, there's low quality books or anything like that, because everybody's got their own opinion on what quality is. I mean, for the love of God, there's still people out there buying mainstream books, and there's still some good mainstream books out there, but a lot of them are trash.
here's some Bastards pencils for you guys.
That's great.
Very cool.
Nice stuff. But you know, not everything is
the
everything's
Winnebago.
for everybody, man. I love this though. This is great.
Yeah,
I love that Samir went for like the spaceship. He went for like, it's almost like Spaceballs. It's like the Winnebago.
Give it a spaceship.
Yeah, like, well, it's supposed to be like, it's like their shitty spaceship freighter. But like he went full like Spaceballs Winnebago, and I'm like, yeah, that matches really well. It's like fucking the Spaceballs Winnebago. I love it. It's hilarious. Yeah, so there's some pencils of there's some changes happening to this page, but this is the general consensus. Yeah. It's been a while since I showed some Bastard stuff, so I figured I would.
yeah, it's looking good, man. Awkward.
Yeah, why does everybody go quiet?
I've been quiet this whole time.
What are you talking?
It's not you, it's me.
So much silence. Did I fart?
No, I'm still I'm pulling together a bunch of stuff for the December 10th auction here that we're going to be pulling off to support Sean Arendt.
Yeah.
So just trying to figure out how I'm going to bundle some of this stuff.
I really like that one that Jason did, that Joker.
Oh, I haven't seen that yet. There's been a bunch of I know Joe and Jeremy did a stream earlier today, but I missed it on what kind of some of the pieces. I don't know if they showed any pieces or
right.
But yeah, I'm just going to be putting just some books in.
Yeah, well, that's a good contribution that you have in spades, apparently, because you threw me a bunch of really cool ones. So.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to. I mean, because they're going to have some killer pieces from some big names that are going to go for money, and it's like, man, I kind of wanted to do something where, you know, everybody could feel like they could join in the fun. So I'm going to make sure we've got a couple tiers, like in the $5, starting off at $5 bids, $10 bids, $20 bids.
Yeah, and that stuff will add up pretty quick, you know.
Well, it's easy stuff. I mean, I think like one of the issues that I threw up last night, and Dean was like flipping out, and he's like, "Oh man, I had that." I'm like, "Yeah, it's Batman 750. Everybody has it, or Batman 500. Like everybody had it."
Oh yeah, Batman 500.
You know, it was like, I've got like probably 6 or 7 of those. A copy of Superman 75, The Death of Superman. Like, I'll throw, that in a stack with some John Burns Man of Steel or something.
We used to call that the booby prize, the Death of Superman issue, the bagged one.
Oh, yeah.
I just
Hung
grabbed
out with a bunch of guys. Whenever you said something stupid, you'd get a Superman thrown at you, 75 or whatever that was.
I just grabbed that from a store for fucking $2.
Oh yeah, no, it's a ubiquitous book, man. I mean, it's got no value whatsoever because there were so many of them. I've got a buddy that's got five boxes of them, like the actual shipping boxes, because that's just how insane it was at the time.
The one I grabbed is this, just because I was like, oh, that's a nice little. So it's like the graphic novel with the Blu-ray.
Oh, nice.
Of like the animated. So I was like, that's pretty
cool.
good.
Yeah, can't pass that up.
I haven't opened it. It was $2. I was like, why the fuck not? Do you guys want to see one of my favorite panels in Bastards that's extremely spoilery?
If we say no, you're still going to show it, right?
No, I'm not.
Oh.
Then no.
But it's very spoilery. But like nobody's watching, so I'm willing to show it. Sorry, Jack.
Thanks,
I'm
man.
just saying. No worries, buddy.
Well, it's like Mo says, I'm quiet because nobody is reading my chats anyway. Well, maybe Aldous.
Mo said not if it's extremely spoilery. Okay, I won't. It's
Right,
it's very fucking spoilery, so I won't.
yeah, you do have Mo here, man. Come on.
Yeah, it's very yeah, that's true. I know Mo's looking forward to reading it, so.
Yeah, unfortunately, Mo was not in the chat last night during the closeout because we did have Steve and Aldous talk Westerns 2.0, so he missed out on that.
He missed out.
I think that's maybe something you'll be excited for. Aldous is like Bastards issue 2. Mo will hate it, but issue 2 is a Western.
Perfect.
I don't think Mo hates Westerns. I think he hates people talking about Westerns.
Yeah.
I'm not speaking for Mo. I'm just guessing. It's not a hatred for Westerns, I don't think.
It's a good guess.
A hatred for people talking about it.
So how about that local sports team?
There you go, eh?
Oh, hey. That local sports team's quite good, yeah?
What did you hear the latest? The Leafs are looking to maybe hire a trade with San Jose.
Oh, them Leafs, they fucking suck.
Not as bad as the Couve, man. Jeez, what's going on with the Nucks, eh?
You know what's great?
I used
My
to
team
like
is the
hockey.
Avs, so fuck yo.
I used to like hockey. Hold on, I'll grab some mailbag stuff we can look at. That'll be fun.
There you go. Sorry, I'll be actually talkative here in a minute. I'm trying to finish up some copy for my next shadow write-up.
Nice. Let's see here. Where's this? Well, I just got some more of those crazy Finagle Blu-rays that I buy. What else did I just get? I don't think I've done those.
Now it starts getting dicey. We start doing this face now.
So what prompted the Chuck Norris writing a Knox?
Yeah, I think I said they should draw Solid Snake riding a bear, and then Mo said they should draw Solid Snake riding Chuck Norris, and then that evolved into Chuck Norris riding a bear.
Gotcha.
Riding a buffalo.
A buffalo.
A buffalo, pardon me.
Yeah, could have been a bear. Same thing.
A buffalo.
A buffalo. Buffalo.
Same thing.
All right, so since I went on my little hiatus, here's the new blues. So we have It's Alive trilogy, the greatest in schlock.
Nice.
So this is about a baby that is born that is it's a newborn and it's alive, and murder is what it knows best. A proud couple's bundle of joy is really a newborn terror. So
That's a
there's
that's
three
a
movies.
classic, man.
Yeah, it's a trilogy.
Yeah, I remember that one.
The third one I've never seen. I'm excited for this one the most, and the title says it all, which is Island of the Alive, and
Oh,
it's like a beachfront resort,
It looks so happy.
beachfront resort of monster babies. So
yeah. I think trying to think
looking
if
forward
I'm
to it. It's gonna be fun.
somebody Mo. I think Mo's the only person in the chat, so he might have to correct me. But I believe It's Alive was Cohen, and Cohen did the stuff as well.
It is Cohen, yeah.
Okay.
And the stuff has the greatest opening scene of all time, where the homeless man just like grabs shit off the ground. No, sorry, it's just a factory worker, and he just like scoops. What is this? And he just like puts it in his mouth, and he's like, "This is delicious. It's fucking great."
This stuff is wonderful.
This I can't recommend enough. This is another trilogy box from Arrow. People don't know about this trilogy. It didn't get a release in North America really at the time, which is what 1970s, 60s, 69. Yeah, 69 going through the 70s, which is the Diamangin trilogy.
Looks weebish.
It does.
So what this
It's got
is,
Japanese writing. It must be weebish.
this combines great covers too. Like,
There goes Mo.
yeah, Mo's gonna leave.
I'm out.
Well, this combines like two of my favorite things, which is old samurai movies that are like Akira Kurosawa movies and giant monsters. This is actually made by the same
Actually,
guys who did Godzilla, I believe. And basically, it's like a samurai movie where the evils of all the samurai eventually, by the third act, awaken this giant god that just starts fucking everything up. It's not animated, Mo. It's live action.
I thought you were gonna say they just start fucking everything.
No, it just starts fucking destroying everything. So these are great because they're samurai movies, but they're also like giant monster movies. So they're really highly recommend. On YouTube, you can watch all three for free. By the way, they are on YouTube. People just have them up that you can watch it. So that's really cool. Odin will love this next one, which I've been fucking dying and waiting to get my hands on.
I'll be
Odin,
the judge of that.
Odin, check this bad boy out. The Creep Show limited edition.
Oh yes.
Oh, nice.
This is the hard shell. There's the cover of the Blu-ray,
Nice.
and then it comes with a nice book, which is what 36-page book, talking about kind of the history of Creep Show, how it all happened, and then like as well like the aftermath, like what it inspired, all that shit. So
Very cool.
was really excited to finally get my hands on that. Getting this one in Canada's hard. In the United States, I think it's pretty easy to get your hands on it.
Why is it harder in Canada?
Because
Cold all the time.
Because it's cold.
Because it's cold.
Because the mooses keep eating the packages.
It's actually because the Maple Leafs can't win a Stanley Cup.
They didn't win another ever. If you know the song. Since 1962.
67.
I don't know. The fucking years. I stopped paying attention a long time ago.
And
So did all the Leafs fans.
73.
All right, I'm done.
Yeah, I'm done. Watch it on YouTube. I'm gonna hold this up one more time. It's fucking so much fun. Like
That'd be a fun watch party.
I know the first one's on YouTube. We should do a watch party. It's fucking so much fun. The only thing is it's in Japanese, so you got to read the subtitles. So if you're not into that, then you're gonna hate
Who
it.
gives a shit?
The next one that finally came
First
in.
subtitles to dubbing.
We're talking the same time anyway.
Return of the Living Dead Part 2.
That's always a classic.
I've never actually owned a physical copy of this. I have now, I think, 4
Part 2.
copies of Return of the Living Dead. I've never actually owned a copy of this, so that was pretty cool. It's fun for a watch. It's not my favorite. And then the Piece de Resistance, which was I was so fucking happy. I got these on sale. I got them over half price, like, or under half price, whatever. whatever the fucking however you say it. I'm a writer and I can speak words.
Below
Below price. I got
50% off.
it was like over 50% off of each of these, but Gamera, two box sets of Gamera. So it's the Showa era and the Heisei era.
You get Sodom too.
You put them together and it looks like that, which is
Rim
really
shot.
cool. But like this is cool because the Showa era comes with every fucking Gamera Showa era movie, which is really fucking cool. I was surprised because it's like this, but they double disked it, and then this is all the newer movies. But I was really happy that I got this because I fucking love stupid giant monster movies from back in the day, and like when they remake them, it's even better because they're supposed to be stupid giant monster movies of people running around in like big foam costumes.
Yeah.
So when they remake them, it's extra funny because then usually it's shitty CG, and it's like, oh, this is great because I love terrible movies. But yeah, all of what's great with what I absolutely love about all of the Arrow releases is like the cover art for the DVDs.
Gamera.
So yeah, it's gay because it's me, right? Best closeted homosexual. My wife should win the award for best beard.
Oh,
Right.
oh, that's
Okay.
because you're gay.
It's very
I'm-
nice.
Because I'm
Oh,
gay.
because you're gay. I get it.
Because I'm gay. She should win best beard. The best.
I've seen
beard
your
award.
wife. I miss the beard.
No, beard is like the term for like the chick you marry when you're a homosexual.
Oh, see, I don't know the gay lingo, man. Sorry.
I know all the gay lingo.
you know all the closeted gay lingo.
He lives it every day.
I live it every day. It's a nightmare. So yeah, these are like the covers. Like I love this cover because it's in black and white. It's fucking yeah. So, anyways, so there's the Blu-ray haul. No more for the rest of the year. That's it for the year. Now you could take me off Biggins.
Why is that it for the year?
Because now just focusing on the campaigns, getting fulfillment done. I don't have time to look for DVD Blu-ray deals, so I'm just gonna like and I have a backlog now of shit to watch. So I know that there's gonna be probably some deals with like Black Friday and like other shit that I'm gonna like Christmas specials that I'm probably gonna go for, but those are the ones that I really wanted for the year.
Gotcha. So did you ever? I just learned this recently. The whole story behind Night of the Living Dead and why it's public domain. Have you ever heard the story on what happened there?
Night of the Flesh Eaters.
Yeah, they cut it. And when they cut it, they cut the copyright. So the first time they showed it, there was no
basically-
copyright.
Well, basically what happened. Yeah, basically what happened was it was originally called Night of the Flesh Eaters, and the distributor came up with the name Night of the Living Dead, and he's like, "You guys should release this under the name Night of the Living Dead because Night of the Flesh Eaters is fucking garbage title." So they changed the name, but didn't copyright the new name.
Well, no, they when they cut the film.
No,
because
I know, but
they
like
cut the copyright out and they never put the copyright logo back in. So then the first time they showed it in Pittsburgh, it immediately became public domain as soon as the movie ended and there was no copyright.
Well, what's even more interesting is the tale of the guy who, quote unquote, wrote Return of the Living Dead. Do you know about that shit?
No, I know there's a long-standing fight over it.
Okay, so basically, like, I can never remember the guy's name because nobody gives a shit. But it was Romero, and then there was another guy who was involved with Night of the Living Dead,
Right.
who was like the co-writer of Night of the Living Dead, and they split. So Romero was like, "I'm making my Dead series," and this guy was always like, "I it's mine." And then he had this story called Return of the Living Dead because he owned a portion of the rights. So like once it actually got like copywritten properly, where it was like, you know, Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead, all this shit, he still owned rights to it. So he wanted to make this movie called Return Living Dead, which is a great fucking title. But apparently the story, so basically like they knew Dan O'Bannon and all these people knew that he had the rights and that he had this script called Return Living Dead, and they're like, that's a great name. And they look at it and they're like, he's like, yeah, it's gonna be great. It's here's the story, and they signed deals being like, we're gonna make Return Living Dead, and the story, as far as I can, everything that I found was about like a cult that was like trying to use the dead to further their cult goals. Like the living dead, they were like, look, it's proof of God and like all this shit. And the guy didn't read the fucking thing he signed off with Dan O'Bannon and all these people. And they pretty much went like, thank you, and ripped the fucking script in half and was like, we're starting from scratch. This is garbage. And thank God they did, because Return of the Living Dead is one of the greatest movies ever made.
Yeah.
And he's still fucking he's still angry about it, but he owned enough rights that I don't know if you guys remember, but back in like 2002 or some shit, there was like Night of the Living Dead special edition with new footage and a new soundtrack. And I think I still own it. It's really hard to find now. But this guy owned rights where he could redistribute it at that point. So he shot a bunch of new footage on what looked like a fucking like handheld camera. And it was like the opening and closing, which is like a reverend. I think he's really obsessed with the whole God angle of it. It was like a reverend, and it was supposed to be they actually got the you know, the zombie at the start that attacks Barbara.
Yeah.
They got that guy back, and he's like old, but he's like an old man in the footage, but they got him. So he looks like distinctively different than he does in the beginning of the movie of the real Night of the Living Dead. But they shot this thing where it's like they're putting him to rest, and then he like got.
Whoa!
Wow.
He got so excited, just fucking nuked himself out of here.
No, he's dropping too much truth.
He got so burnt.
He's dropping too much truth. They got him.
That's it.
You know how it
What
goes.
happened? I died.
You mentioned the
No,
D,
dude.
the G word, and then it shut him down.
True
You were dropping too much truth. That guy that owns a piece of it found you.
Oh,
Yeah, he
Cut
was
the
like,
feed.
Man,
the
I'm-
cat out of the bag.
I'm fucking see what
God
happens.
made zombies. You know
God
it.
made
I
zombies.
know it.
So, anyways, like there's the 20th or 30th anniversary edition of this, and you can still find it on like eBay and shit, and it's trash. So whatever they did with Return of the Living Dead, cutting this guy out was the best call, and all you need to know, because he directed and wrote like these add-on segments, you just watch that and you go, thank fucking God for Dan O'Bannon.
Well, that's just in general. I mean,
That's
Band's
true. Yeah,
fantastic.
just in general, we need him. We love him.
You know, it's the Dead series I really love. The Dead series, like George Romero's stuff. I got to meet George Romero once, and it was complete happenstance. I went to the screening of Diary of the Dead. So he did the screening in Toronto, and I went to it. It was at the shitty theater, and the way they had it was all of the like lighting was on the audience. If you were sitting on stage, you can't see the audience. So they did a draw, and I won, and I didn't even realize I won. It was off of the little ticket stubs, and the chick that I went with was like looking at my ticket. She's like, "You won. That's our seats." And they're like, "You can ask. You win. I think it was like a year subscription, whatever, to come to the theater, free. Come for free." To the theater, which I never used. I never went back because I was like, I saw George Romero. It was good enough. I won, whatever. But the other thing was you got to ask him like a couple of questions. So like I'm standing there asking him questions, and I'm at like the back of the fucking room. There's no microphone. They didn't plan this shit out. So I'm like going like, hey, George, like, fucking blah, blah, blah. And he can't see who's talking to him or nothing. He's like, I don't know what. And eventually I just sat down. I was like, fuck this. But that was me meeting and interacting with George Romero.
Awesome story.
Yeah. I try not to go on too long because when I tell life stories, they suck. When I tell
like Mo's version
fantastical
better.
stories.
It was complete happenstance. There I was, camped out in the bushes outside his home. When who should walk by but his security guard? I claimed I was George's nephew, and he came out to identify me.
That's
a great opening line. It was complete happenstance. I was camped out in the bushes outside his home.
Well, it's like Odin said.
Every story that way.
It's like Odin said. What was the joke you said? Where it's like James telling life stories sucks, but he's a good writer.
No, that was Mo who said that.
Oh, was it Mo? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, he was like, don't let his stories on stream fool you. He's actually a good writer.
Andy, good to see you, buddy.
What's up? The Contreras.
Yes. Brokeback Compass Comics. I don't know. Brokeback Comics. Yeah, I don't know. We're still deciding. We're still deciding on what the gay division is going to be.
The Pansy division. I mean, Panzer division.
Yeah. My wife was sitting there laughing her fucking titties off, and I go, "What are you laughing about?" And she goes, "I'm watching World War II in color, and you need to see this thing of Mustache Man." I don't know. I don't want to say too much because I already took the stream down once by talking about God. She's like, you gotta see this. Is this even real? And the shot they have, whoever was filming it, it's just a sea of people, and it's him standing on the car as he did. Like there's lots of footage of him like in the back of the car doing the wave.
God, it took me a while to know who you were talking about. I'm like, who is Mustache Man in World War II?
Who was Mustache Man?
Oh, like, was there a famous person from World War II called Mustache?
Who did Tom Selleck
Charlie
play in
Chaplin.
that World War II movie?
Who
I
was
didn't know Tom Selleck was in World War II.
So like if this is the crowd, right? Like this is the crowd. The shot is like really far away, so he's like this, right? But there's lots of shots of him standing on the car, like waving at crowds. But this shot in particular, that's colorized. He's like this. You don't see the car. You just see like the upper half of his body, and it looks like he's floating. He's like floating by the crowd like this.
Probably was.
She played it like 15 times. She's dying laughing, and I'm like, honey, you're laughing at Mustache Man right now, right? She's like, yeah, but so that's who I'm married to.
Nice. So I don't know why, but you mentioned Dan O'Bannon, there's like a whole flurry of things that immediately go through my head. But for some odd reason, like the mechanism got stuck on Phil Tippett, and I wanted to ask: have any of you guys watched Mad God yet on Shudder?
Yes, I've watched it. I've watched it now like 3 times.
Yeah, I've had it slated. I've started watching it like twice and got like 10 minutes into it, and every time something comes up, so I've got it slated this holiday weekend, and I'm going to watch it one evening. Is it worth my time?
I'm really angry I can't get a Blu-ray yet.
So it's worth my time.
It's fucking incredible. Like it is. It's everything. Like because I've been hearing about that project for years, and it does not let down for all that excitement. It's fucking. It's something else, man. And to know that Phil did that all by himself is just another like your head will explode. The further you get into the movie, the more mechanical it gets, and to know that Phil did that himself is just like
right. Well, I know he's been working on it since like 90.
Yeah, and what's interesting. That's what's interesting about the movie is like you can see the portions that were probably shot back in the day, and the portions now, and you could see like the mechanisms that he's using and how things evolve. It's a fucking masterpiece in my opinion. It's a living comic book.
Fantastic. I'm looking forward to it then. I mean, it's one of those where like you hear about something for so long. Well, it's like when Miller finally reduced Mad Max Fury Road. Like I'd heard about that for like a decade.
Right.
And it finally comes out, and it's like, man, can it live up to the hype?
Y'all got booted.
That was not my fault that time.
Dropping too much truth. It happens.
Too much
everybody.
truth.
Just
Too
kicked
much
out
truth.
everybody.
Okay, I get the point, JBot. I will no longer discuss Phil Tippett. I'm
You
sorry.
guys are good. You guys are good. You
It's
guys are
like
good,
getting
man.
close
Jay,
to
are you-
westerns now.
Jay, are you familiar with what we're talking about? Mad
I have
God?
no idea what the hell you guys are
Oh,
talking
play
about.
the trailer.
Yeah, I'm not familiar either, actually.
Oh, you're not. Oh my fucking god. Who
Well, I
should play
might
the?
be. I don't know. It sounds.
Who should play
I
the
don't know.
trailer?
I don't
Somebody
know.
needs to play these fucking. I can't because it will echo. That's a known.
I can't because I'm on Firefox and it sucks right now.
I can't.
That's
Because
probably
I'm
why I keep losing you guys.
gotta
Okay,
catch up on this drawing.
Maybe
Let me see if
maybe
I can pull it up here.
Uh-huh.
when I do, typically
It's
I
a
get an
serious Chuck
echo.
Norris business going on right here.
You guys got to watch this. Like, fuck me, man. It's good.
Smear.
And the other thing about it, Aldous, is like, there's to tell a story with no dialogue and like actually make you care about what the fuck is going on. Like, it accomplishes that, and that's just proof to what he has going on. Like, it's.
Andy's asking, hasn't seen Cranberries or Arbroni in forever. I haven't seen Cranberry, and DP, I think he moved, so he's getting that stuff situated. So,
Well, I came back.
I see them on Sean's streams quite often.
Oh, so they're just hiding. They're just.
No, they just have new friends. That's or new
I
places.
see.
They're new haunts.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
They're just
Well, I love my friends. I can't quit you.
Whatever.
I
You
see-
disappeared. One time
JBot,
you were dead.
JBot, you leveled up, eh?
Oh, for
You
crying out
fucking
loud, of course you did.
you fucking leveled up since the last time I saw you
Look at that
doing
shit.
shit. Like, you leveled up major, man. Congratulations. Like, that's incredible.
oh, thanks. Talk about the art I'm doing.
Yes, you
Yeah.
leveled.
Oh, okay.
You
Fucking
leveled
talk
up.
about it.
I'm saying you leveled up on your art. You leveled up. Like, it is like what you got going on now is like that's way different than like I don't know, man. There's something more to what you're doing now than what you're doing before.
Hey, do that.
Your face didn't level up.
It did not. My face downgraded, dude.
like look at that. Look at that's very dynamic
The
and
price
like,
you paid for your art leveling up, though.
oh yeah, man, you leveled up.
I'll give it. My
Good
wife's
for
stuck
you.
with me now. Ain't shit she can do, man.
My wife reads my writing and she read Cthulhu and she was like, "That's fucking dark and disturbing. I think you should get help." And I was like, "I got all the help I need, baby. It's called the Typewriters from 1965."
All work and
all
no
this got some
play
stuff
makes
we're gonna
James
share
a
is-
dull boy.
Is this
Yeah,
the
this
trailer
is
we're
the
talking about?
this
Yeah.
is the trailer here.
Did you click the share audio? No, you didn't. See, you.
I
fucking
did. I
failed.
clicked share audio.
Oh, is this
You
this
didn't.
stop motion?
You didn't click the share audio because there's no audio.
I did click the share audio. I'll click the
Huh.
share audio again.
I think you
probably mine.
failed at clicking the
I
share.
got two here. That's what's
Click
crazy.
the share audio right out of you.
I'll share your audio right now.
Look, I'm going to share that. There. There's me sharing the audio.
Share this, jerky.
There's still no audio.
Well, you don't need the audio.
You need the audio. The audio is half of the.
You do it.
I think
Damn
I've
it.
seen this trailer.
Okay, I'll do it. Okay, let me try.
If James
You
does
do
it, everyone just has to be quiet because it's a freaking echo.
Because
Yeah, because it keeps popping up on here. I got like 5 Alduses right here.
There you go.
It's
See,
goofy.
Aldous, you shared it. You shared it 15 times. That's probably what happened. Hold on, I have some gay. I have some
You have
gay
some
porn
gay.
playing.
Well, look at your screen.
Okay, here I'm gonna share. Okay, I will share, and we'll watch it. I missed you too, Andy. Andy says he missed me. It means so much. Okay, can you hear this shit?
Nope.
Oh, so it's just his Firefox. Can you hear that? So Jay can hear it.
A little bit. I think you just started it. Try it again.
I'll just fucking do this.
Wow. Looks
That looks sick,
badass.
dude.
Yeah, it's something else, man. If you even are remotely a Phil Tippett fan, it's worth your time. From everything that I've read.
It is the craziest thing that I've ever seen. Like it is.
That sounds intriguing.
It's I've watched it a few times, and it's very inspiring. Like if you're a creative,
Right.
like us, like if you're or within this realm of creative people, it's something you have to watch because like it is very inspiring to know that to watch somebody not give up on making this dream become a reality after how many fucking years and actually releasing this thing, it's inspiring. It's yeah, and it's creepy and it's great and it's disturbing and you might need to pause it and be like, I need a breather, because there are a couple of times like that. But to actually make something where you care about these beings and these characters that have no character is really interesting. I don't know how he accomplished it. That's why I keep watching it, is because I'm like, why do I care so much about this with zero, like all this crazy shit's happening and there's like zero there's character development, but like there's, I don't know. You gotta watch it. Maybe like we should do like a whole episode on somebody's channel just talking about it after everybody watches it, because it deserves like a major discussion.
Well, I'm definitely gonna watch it now. I do have Shudder, and I just hadn't seen it on there. It wasn't recommending it or anything, which is a shame.
Mo could do without the Kathleen Kennedy pull quote.
Yeah, but apparently she's finally getting fired. So
Really?
Oh, did Doomcock say that? He's got a great
well,
track record.
Apparently she's finally getting fired. Apparently Indiana Jones, the next Indiana Jones was it. They watched it.
I
and
can't
they
compete with JBot tonight. I'm not feeling it. My drawing sucks.
No, it's good. The shading you got on that buffalo's left side there.
Yeah, the
fucking dope.
Buffalo's fantastic. I'm not sure what's going on up top there, but the Buffalo's awesome.
Oh yeah.
No, I like the lean. I like that lean because it's a tired lean. What it looks like is like a frontiersman who like has given up. I've been riding this buffalo for time.
Yeah, how like the buffalo goes one way, but the guy goes the other way.
Yeah,
you sound like Goodfellas when Joe Pesci's like, "I like your painting." One dog goes one way, the other goes the other way.
Yeah, I like it.
Oh, one dog goes one way, the other goes the other.
JBot's leveled up though. Like something's different.
Well, some nights you're on and some nights you're not. Like this night.
No, but I mean, like, I don't know. JBot's been taking night courses.
Well, and JBot's just fucking killing it. Yeah.
He's taking night courses.
JBot, stop showing this one. This is dog shit.
Look at that. No, yours isn't dog shit. Fuck off. Look at that. The face.
It's borderline.
The face on the bowl or the whatever the fuck it is. I thought us
Buffalo.
I thought us natives fucking.
I think his Chuck Norris likeness is one of the greatest things I've seen.
Listen, us natives tried to fucking protect them, and you Americans just
eyes.
murdered all of them. And then you learned how to draw
what's the
them.
name of that town? Head Smash Buffalo Jump?
Yeah, that one.
That's an actual town in Canada, right?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
I'm just agreeing with anything you say.
Oh, well, I heard Norm say it, and I believe everything Norm says. So.
See, you know what? No, okay, wait. I know what the fuck it is. You know why he's good at drawing a fucking person riding a buffalo? Because he got experience drawing somebody riding a walrus. So he's using walrus experience. He's like,
there you go.
I know how this shit works. Riding a large fucking mammal, I know how this works. That's what's happening. It's really good, JBot.
Yeah,
And
I'm
you're-
just in awe of JBots right now. I'm
It's
like,
it, like JBot leveled up.
I'm not
It's
gonna
really
mess with
good.
that.
Congratulations, man. Like, fucking, you're man. To see how far you've come is that's also inspirational to me.
Well, just judging, I mean, each one has essentially the same 3 elements. So you've got the buffalo in both, you've got Chuck in both, and then you've got a gun in both. And JBot wins on Chuck and gun. I'm not sure what Odin's got going on there. Is that like
Well, the thing I love
like
about
a copper pipe attached to an axe handle or something. I'm not sure.
Yeah, exactly.
no, but the thing I love about Odin's is that I could see that being the cover of like an old timey fucking like book. You know, like Buffalo Rider and the Indians he hates.
Right. Odin's Buffalo is excellent, though, and I will agree with you in the sense that
by J.J. Whitenstein, you know, like
that, and this is one of the I can't draw worth a shit unless it's a schematic, so I'm not going to talk too much shit. But yeah, like that's a great like pen and ink that would easily slide up next to like an old 30s or 40s pulp western, just right next to the text.
And that's why I love that. Yeah. Now the thing I
was going for.
Now the thing I love about JBots.
Yeah. Now that you've said that, that's exactly what I was intending.
You guys reading me.
Oh, you got it in one. Good guess.
The thing I love about JBots though is that JBots isn't even a buffalo; it's a mechanical buffalo.
Oh shit! That's true. Is that actually what you were going for?
No, not at all. What do you speak mechanical buffalo?
Well, you have a stump. You have a stump coming out from the bottom there.
Yeah. Now that I look at it, I'm like, oh,
and
that could be a mechanical buffalo.
it just looks like a mechanical buffalo, with like the stump coming up, and it looks like he's like riding a mechanical buffalo and shooting some folk.
Oh, this one?
He's shooting
This
up
stump?
a country bar.
No, at the bottom.
Yeah, he's shooting up a country bar.
Yeah, you have like the stump coming up to the mechanical buffalo.
He's got urban cowboys in his sights.
Yeah,
That's one leg.
Roadhouse
The other leg.
3.
Yeah, this
No,
is
but
a
I mean-
strength, though.
I mean, you could literally stop there and just make it a mechanical buffalo.
I'm not a quitter, James.
Fuck.
You get a handle on that shit right now, man.
It looks like a mechanical buffalo. I thought that was fun. I thought that's what you're going for. I was wrong. I was incorrect.
Yeah, I started way too over here, but I like the face so much that I just started going with it. But yeah, he needed to be bumped over more to the left because I have all this negative space here.
Here, I'll read you the line that Odin and I were discussing earlier about a scene from Magnificent Bastards 2, but I'll read it as Matt Berry. You know what I'm talking about, Odin.
Do I now?
Gomric looks at Bubs.
Oh yes.
He holds a severed penis dangling between his thumb and index finger. Bubs has a grossed out look on her face. Gomric, this man's penis has been removed. I believe we are dealing with a madman. It's even better without any context.
I think it's both stunning and brave that you're really filling that void for severed penis books in the indie comic scene.
That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to put how many severed cocks can I put in to books over the next like 10 years? You know, like that is the question. What the fuck is that a picture of, Odin? Is that a are you doing flowers for Algernon or like what the fuck?
Oh, what? No, I'm gonna draw a face of Chuck for fun because I'm tired of this drawing.
It looks from what I could tell through the haze, it looks like a mongoloid.
Mo is killing it in chat again tonight. Odin, soften the face up, give him glasses, headphones, and a beanie. Title it "Gay on a Buffalo."
Good. Yeah, I agree.
Soften the face a little bit.
Soften the face.
You can't.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
When you're drawing, you can't soften a bit. You can
I
harden
do.
the face.
I do.
after you've
I do
already done it.
moisturize a bit. That's very nice of you. I would prefer it be called Long Cock, Short Cock, a Buffalo Story.
Someone's taking a pelt.
They both had red hair. Only one of them will survive.
Coarse and soft, a Buffalo Story.
Coarse and soft. You guys want to see it? I never finished it, but I was gonna make maybe I'll keep doing it. But I started making like I did designs for like bobbleheads, or not bobbleheads. What the fuck do they call them? You know, the pop vinyls?
Yeah.
So I was like, we should start doing pop vinyls of like CG characters, because that would be fun. Right?
Wait, are you talking Funko things?
Yeah, those
Yeah.
Funko Pops. So
I
I
was
was
such
like,
a boomer, Odin. Holy fuck, man.
I was
no
like,
one
it would
liked
be,
those.
no, but I was like, it would be fun to do
Dude,
like do a
I
line of
don't
them,
want to know
whatever.
what my daughter
So,
likes.
like-
it. I'm like,
So like that was like I was doing a Cyberfrog.
You're killing it on the target market for the 14-year-old girl, James.
Yeah,
That's a huge demographic in the indie scene right now.
I know. I just thought people would think it was really funny.
yeah.
Also, when I'm bored, I just
40-year-old
sculpt
dudes
random
love
shit.
things that are for
Dildos, vaginas. You know, I just sculpt stuff. Mo says, "Kick James. You should just kick me." It's good seeing there. It's good seeing.
Oh,
It's good seeing
James.
everybody. Look at that. Oh, that's even better. Him shooting the gun in the air like a wild
Yeah,
man.
that actually that's the angle it should have been all done.
And I just put a drop.
Yeah, he's like
through a
riding the
building.
bold. He's riding the buffalo down from a helicopter.
Yeah, just
Face
Oh,
first towards
yeah.
the ground.
side of a building.
Oh, you should put a helicopter that he's like shooting. You should put wings on the buffalo, or like maybe the buffalo has a propeller sticking out of its back.
I forgot. I lost my lines. What the hell I was doing with this other buffalo arm? It just vanished. It's like shit.
I still like the idea that it's just a mechanical buffalo.
I like the mechanical buffalo idea as well. I think you need to put a control panel in the background and put Lee Marvin controlling it, and then it's you know,
Oh yeah.
Delta Force, the country bar.
Holy Marvin.
Ah. See, yeah,
I just
that's
watched that semi recently, and that's sad on how in what bad shape Marvin was in when they made that.
Delta Force?
Yeah,
Yeah, I like to remember him as Liberty.
no, Sergeant Steiner in Cross of Iron, man.
Oh yeah.
That's a really good face, Odin, that you did.
Thank you. Remind you of anyone?
It reminds me of Aldous.
I was
like-
going for Chuck Norris.
It's
And,
Aldous with a big beard and shaggy hair.
I started
Ald-
thinking he looked
It's like,
like
it looks like 80s Aldous.
Yeah, it's been man. It's been nigh on over a decade since I had long hair.
I just keep shaving it off my body and gluing it to the top of my head.
That
That's
was
a good
more than
move,
I needed
man.
to ever know.
Nobody knows. My wife hasn't even caught on. She's like, your hair's so luscious and pube-like.
pube like.
Thank you, honey.
Was
I
it
thought
like
you'd
the coarse but
appreciate it.
soft?
Coarse and soft, a love story.
I don't know why I have to brush your hair with a horse brush. But... Oh, Eric Grant's here. Hello, Eric Grant.
Chuck's just
What's
out
up,
there
Eric
skinning his
Grant?
humps.
Oh,
80s
Replicant's here too.
disappointed.
Hey.
Oh, Rep's here too.
Hey, Replicant and Grant.
Hey,
You
Rep.
guys.
Replicant.
Fuck yeah.
There you go. A
New,
new,
fragrance by Giorgio Armani.
Giorgio
Gan of Buffalo. It's rustic yet sensitive.
Why didn't George Romero do that as a marketing ploy? Giorgio Romero.
His own
The
cologne.
Stench of the Dead by Giorgio Romero. Like for one of his movies or some shit, right?
Been farts in a bottle and shit. Here you go, man.
No, he's not on fucking whatever. Fucking OnlyFans. Thank God. Can you imagine like the George Romero OnlyFans? Okay, so here's my asshole.
It's
Eat
not
it like
funny,
it's
James.
It's not funny because it's disturbing, and I popped in my head, and now it will never go away. And that's how you kill a chat.
And this one needs to be forward.
So Aldous, how are you?
I'm doing well.
Aldous died.
He's like, well, better now that you stopped talking.
Yeah, it's a massive improvement. Let's go back to where you're talking about how you're fondling Funko Pops in your free time.
Yeah, so I was making there's the cyber frog that I was doing. I was doing like a cyber frog head. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
For your
I just
cyber
thought I just thought it would be fun to kind of like do like limited runs of.
We're making comics around here, man. There's no room for fun.
Yeah.
That's true. That's absolutely.
Well, no, but like it's like fucking 80s says. It's like, you know, getting that market of the collector's market of the figures. And I was like, oh, maybe
12-year-old girls. Yes.
maybe we can do the Funko Pops. No, dude. Fucking Funko Pops are mainly selling to 40-year-old men who live in their mother's basement, okay?
That's actually true.
That's who that shit's selling to. So I guarantee you, if there was a line of fucking CG Funko Pops, they would sell. So I was trying a thing. There's the early spectacles on the thing.
Yeah, but where's the self-respect line at, man? I mean, like,
this is James
just,
we're talking about.
just because they sell doesn't mean you have to do them, sir.
Yeah, but self-respect.
So
Who are you talking?
preoccupied with whether
Who
or
are
not
you talking to, Aldous? You know who you're talking to. There is no self-respect, like, at all. Like, I mean, Eric sums it up. Eric says, "James, this is why I only miss you while you're gone."
Best
You know?
line ever.
You know?
So succinct and yet so true.
So true.
Yeah.
I think it would sell. I don't know. Let's do a test market. We'll make a JBot Funko Pop. JBot art where he's like holding like a paintbrush and like a picture of Chuck Norris. Some shit.
Yeah, go Chuck.
It's like there'll be the Aldous one, which is like Aldous, and then a bunch of like old folks.
Oh, I guess just watch. Look at this.
I was holding like a what was it with the old record players that you crank?
Yeah.
There you go.
And there'll be me, and there'll be me, which is it just
here, let me
Funko Pop of a retarded person.
I will have you know, sir, that my
James with a helmet.
analytics for my
Yeah,
channel
helmet.
audience recently changed, and it's not nearly as bad as it used to be. It's only 60% of my audience is over 65 on my YouTube channel.
I liked that about your YouTube channel. I thought that was endearing. Maybe I'm the only one. I thought that's like you're bringing joy to fucking old people.
Absolutely,
that's something to be happy about.
No, the most rare is it that I am moved to emote slightly, but there was a slight smirk that emerged on my face when I got that email from the nursing home, and the nurse said they played The Shadow every day at lunch for all the poor people that are locked in that place by their unloving children.
Thank God I just caught myself. I can't. I want to.
No.
So I want to say something so bad, but I probably shouldn't.
So no, man, it's 60.4%, 65 years and older. So my channel probably has about 10 to 15 years before my viewer count will be dropping drastically. So.
Nah, but like what you're doing though is that you're introducing new audiences to these classic tales, and I think that's really important because like I think about that a lot, and I really feel like, especially the upcoming generations, they really don't. They're just like, I'm famous on TikTok. Look at my tits. You know, important movies and cinema and stories and like these books. It's like they have a half-life. You know, how many generations does it go? Unless it's a classic before it's lost. You know, I have lots of books that I'm like, when I was a kid, people talked about Alfred Hitchcock constantly. I haven't heard anybody mention Alfred Hitchcock in time. And like I have books of his Alfred Hitchcock Presents short stories, you know, it's like nobody gives a shit. So I think it's important what you're doing. I think preserving old media and introducing younger people to the idea that it's like, hey, things existed before you did, motherfucker. Like I think it's very important. I think it's really good what you're doing.
I agree.
Well, I appreciate that, man. But you know, when you're talking about like dying heroes, I think I've talked about this a lot. Like, you know, Batman and Superman in particular, I always use them as the two examples because they're the ubiquitous ones. But
Right.
they've kind of overextended their lifespan. If you look at the history of characters within
They
pop
need to
culture,
They need to die.
they, you know, usually you have a sunset and they fade and they don't always disappear. But I mean, like at one point, Sexton Blake was more popular than Sherlock Holmes. We still remember Sherlock Holmes because
But
for whatever reason.
but
But
the
you know,
different
there's the question too: is like, why did Sherlock? Why do we still read Sherlock Holmes and we have films made of Sherlock Holmes, but Sexton Blake is gone? Why is Nick Carter gone?
well,
Why
I
did
know
Holmes make it, but those characters didn't?
I know who Sexton Blake is, so I'm one of the few folk, I guess. But I think when it comes to Batman, all I wanted to say was like with Batman and Superman and all these heroes, I think they've lasted as long as they have because they are literally the new Mount Olympus, and like they're the new like Roman gods, Greek gods, like that's what they are. So I don't think they're going anywhere.
In anticipation
Mo.
of the likely arc of the idea's success, we can call them Funko Flops.
Funko Flops, yeah,
No,
wicked.
Funko Flops.
Oh my God, let's call them that. Funko Flops. Wicked. I love you. I love you, Mo. You're
Mo
the
also
best.
goes on to make the very succinct point that Nick Carter isn't gone. His brother Aaron died recently.
That's true.
There
That's
was a
the
joke.
first
There was
place
a
my mind
joke
went
there.
when
I
you
couldn't get it, but Mo nailed it, dude.
Do you want to know? Do you want to know the true tragedy of that? Is Nick Carter? Wait, no, Aaron Carter, the fucking Aaron one.
that we're talking about it. That's
Yeah, that's the true
Yes.
tragedy. But the other tragedy is that he was like talking about BCC recently, and then he died.
Oh,
That's the my wife is like all fucking entwined with all those people, and like there's some rapper Rocky something or other. Apparently he's like promoting us or something, but like Aaron Carter she showed me like he had mentioned us a couple of times, and then he died, and I was like, oh, that's good fucking that's good promotion.
yeah. We'll say that
Check
he
out
died.
check
he
out
died doing what he
unconditional shove.
loved.
Check out unconditional shove, and then the guy dies 2 days later. I was
like
like, holy fuck. But yeah, no, that's unfortunate.
You say check out Unconditional Shove, or he'll haunt you.
There you go.
It was all very
I
unfortunate.
have to scroll up to see how. There you go. It was complete happenstance.
Oh, I was camped outside.
Complete happenstance.
Well, I am going to start every faux story that way now. I'm like, it was complete happenstance how I met him. There I was, camped out in his
Camped
bushes
outside
for
his
hours.
I think that's the greatest way to start.
Little did he know that
There I
was
was,
Baba.
breaking into his basement window.
I was camped out in his bush for hours. Little did you know that I was the manicure. I don't know. You gotta do it in like a Matt Berry voice. I was camped out in his bush for hours. Little did he know that I was the trim. Or what if it was like, what if the murderer was like, they're hiding in the bushes, right? And then it turns out to be the Mexican yard worker. Nobody suspects him because he doesn't have a green card.
Nobody suspects him because that's not what they do.
I'm just trying to get some laughs here, okay? And I'm failing, as I
Pretty
always
bad.
do.
Pretty bad.
Yeah, I know. I know. Tell me a joke, JBot.
Oh God. I don't know if I got one.
Come on, tell me one. You got one in there.
No, nothing's coming to mind, man.
God damn it. So Aldous, what I really wanted to ask you though is like, do you have any plans to maybe do a radio play of your own?
I don't have the time. It'd be great to. I mean, there's
Well, like, what if you wrote one and then got some people to like, is there a world where like you write some radio plays like The Shadow and all this shit, and you hire people to produce it? Like, is there a world where that exists? Or
no, probably not. I mean, as much as I love the medium, it's kind of. I mean, YouTube's kind of brought back radio in a roundabout way, but it's not radio.
no, but there's a huge market, dude. There's a huge market for that shit. Like there's that Netflix series. What the fuck was the name of that
It's like
series?
Funco's. There's a huge market for it.
Huge market for it. See, there you go. There's the joke. Thank you.
There it is.
JBot, I love you.
Doing a
Mwah.
podcast.
I love you.
Okay, making it into a podcast or releasing the episodes on YouTube, but then also like in a pod, not necessarily as a podcast format, but like on.
Well, that lot 48 or whatever on
something
Netflix,
like
that was a podcast. There's a bunch of ones that they've adapted. There's like some stuff on Shudder that was like podcasts. So that's why I was just kind of, it would be interesting if you did that, because I think there's actually a market for it. Like, I used to listen to those on the ride to work when I had to go into a physical workplace back in the day when I was young, and and they turned them all into TV shows, and I was like, what the fuck happened? Like, so I think with your knowledge base and expertise in it, you would probably make the best of the best of them. So I was just, that's where
your faith is greatly appreciated. Thank you for that. But no, I mean, I've got a book that I'm working on. I'd like to actually finish the script on that at some point, sometime in the next decade. That'd be a wonderful thing. So
we should all just start doing YouTube broadcasts where we do a radio play, but on camera, where we all look like stupid motherfuckers, and like one of us is like British, like JBot's British, and he's like, he's like Scotland Yard.
Yeah, like ma, see, I can. No, that's not Scott.
that's
Yeah, that's not Scotland Yard at all.
I'm trying to run away from the coppers, eh? No.
Where was I?
You never get me, copper. Yeah. Something like that.
That's a really good Edward G. Robinson though.
I watched.
Cricket.
Have you, Aldous? Have you seen Orson Welles? The footage of him explaining why you should never watch movies in front of a French audience with somebody translating.
No, I don't think I've ever
It's the
seen
greatest thing ever, because he's like, you shouldn't watch too many. It's like a bunch of film students in France or some shit, and there's somebody translating him, and he's like super intense old man Orson Welles, and he's like, you shouldn't watch too many movies. Too many of these directors, the homage. Fuck the homage. I want the homage to die. And he's going off, and you hear this French translator trying to translate this shit, and he's like fucking like, ah. Oh, it's so good. I'll send it to you.
And he's like, now I'm off to voice Unicron. See you guys later.
Yeah. Talk about a guy who is like, that guy's an inspiration. I wish I lived Orson Welles' life. To be somebody who started out absolutely great and infallible, and an ephemeral
Hockey's
there,
like,
hockey. There's no theme.
What's the theme today? Eric Grant, retards.
Yeah, retards. That's what it is.
Well, that's
We're drawing Chuck
James,
Norris
James
right
came
there,
back.
Buffalo.
James came back. Retards.
that is true. It's all we got.
To have a dude
Oh,
who like
how odd.
to have a
Oh, no,
dude.
wait, that's not it, right?
Orson Welles is like, to have a
Yeah,
dude
keep
who
trying.
started out like in greatness, and like you can understand his mind, and then end up with him yelling at beans and like telling people to fuck off on camera is just the greatest. Like, I wish that was my life.
It could
It's
be,
not
man. Just
too
do it.
late. It is
No, it's
not
the
too late.
opposite. I started out like earnest and happy, but I'm gonna end up as the old crotchety comic book writer who's telling everybody to fuck off. I mean, I'm already partially retarded, so I mean, I'm like what 90% of the way there.
Yeah.
Can you imagine living with the weight that Orson Welles lived with? Can you imagine living with the weight of being the only man that actually fooled the United States with an alien invasion? And
That's
actually,
actually much more overblown than it
I
ever
know it.
actually.
I know it was, but okay. So let's say some counties. But
Oh
like,
my
even if I fucking did some counties, and I was like, oh, some counties fell for it. Like, even if there was a amount of populace that fell for it, the weight that that would put upon you of being like, I'm the fucking man, would be enormous. And I'm pretty sure that was the turn. Like, I feel like in Orson Welles' career, like, you know, Citizen Kane's a masterpiece still, mainly because it was the first time that you saw a ceiling in a film. But like, can you imagine? I read, I was the guy that first showed a ceiling in a film.
What?
That was Orson Welles. Or there was nobody showed a ceiling in a film.
Is that really the claim to fame of Citizen Kane?
Yeah, it's one of them. One of them is
Okay.
that nobody had ever shown the ceiling of a fucking room in a film.
I think the bigger claim is, and you can say this about a lot of artists, but I think it really applies to Wells in particular. I mean, if you from when he started as the Shadow in 37 and 38, and then he goes right into the Mercury Theater on the Air, and 17 episodes in on that, he creates an epoch moment within radio history that is still recognized today. I mean, you can talk to most people on the street and go, "Hey, what War of the Worlds?" You know, "Oh yeah, the radio thing."
Well, no,
Like,
but
it's still a thing. It still exists in the zeitgeist. And then you know, that's 38. The dude's only 20.
Tom Cruise, like fucking.
Well, he's only 24, right? And then he does Citizen Kane in 1941. He's only 28. So, man, by the time the guy's 30, he's made arguably one of the greatest films that's ever made. He's created a cultural epoch moment that still resonates. And he voiced who, at the time, was a character that was bigger than Batman has ever been in our culture, as far as what the Shadow's reach and breadth was of as a cultural representation within that era. Because it was the era of radio. I mean, you kind of almost have to go back to like the end, kind of like peak television, back when network television still ran things before cable, which would be late 70s, early 80s. Like MASH, like the end of MASH would be another cultural epoch moment that's representational of that. And that's all before he's 30. So yeah, man, when in 79, when he's doing Paul Masson wine commercials and getting slammed in between takes, and, you know, just comes out slurring his words in the final version. Like, can you blame the dude? Like, what else is there to accomplish at that point when you've done that much before?
Well, that's exactly what I was saying. Is like, how do you like? It's. I wish I could go from. I think a lot of us could wish for that life. It's just unfortunate that it was just so tragic at the end. But like, what would you do if you actually accomplished everything that you ever wished that young? How could you, like, what would be the next thing? It's like Howard Hughes, like, yeah, I don't know, collect your poop in a jar or some shit. You know, like, what do you do from there?
Pussy, man.
I think it would drive you fucking nuts.
Depends.
Or at the very least, make you very bitter.
I don't know, I'll put my tinfoil hat on. I don't think Hughes was that crazy. I think he was sequestered because he was doing too much defense contract shit, and they couldn't have him out talking. Not that he was fully sane, but I think a lot of the stories that you've got are, I think they're framing him to make him be out a little bit more nutty than he is, just because of stuff that he was involved in. I mean,
I read Mo's comment, and it's fucking yeah.
Oh,
I mean, have you ever seen the video of I can't remember the name of the ship, but you know, he designed a ship that tried to pull a Russian submarine off the ground of the ocean. in the 60s. It's just
Yeah.
the stuff that he was a brilliant man.
It's one of those things that, like, when we're talking about it, it's kind of like when you're saying people, you ask somebody like, what's War of the Worlds, and they know what it is, right? It's what enters my brain is like, it's the same thing of like, if you say somebody the Limburg Baby, they're like, that sounds familiar, but I don't know the story really. You know what I mean? Like, there's less so now, because now we're getting old and now we're the old men. But it's almost the same kind of thing. There's
I'm thinking
what-
young. I'm thinking Funko Pops.
yeah, I'm thinking Funko Pops, I'm thinking young, I'm thinking what's snazzy.
They
Funko
still
Pops are snazzy.
What's
people
hip?
are still
what the kids
talking about
doing?
Funko Pops, man.
What are the
Some
kids doing
rollerblades?
nowadays?
You get some
Rollerblades?
wheelies? Damn.
Hey, don't shit on a rollerblade facility opening up in Toronto. That apparently is the hot spot for all the kids.
Well, there you go.
All
So what we
the-
do is
all
we
the
take
young
roller
folk.
skates, only instead of putting the wheels in paths, we put them all on a line.
Yeah.
What if we put Pez
You got something
dispensers in the rollerblades?
And then put methamphetamine in the Pez dispensers.
I agree. We're on.
Well, that's the best idea.
The Canadian government would probably subsidize the meth because, like, you know, that's what we do. So
Those
I think
cards.
I think it's a good call. I think it's a good call. No, it's fascinating to me watching, like, I think that's why I'm obsessed with old movies now. Is because you look at all these starlets of yesteryear and gentlemen, and you go, they're all dead, and they chased their dream and accomplished it. They were in the pictures, you know, like, it's fascinating to watch them. It's like, you know, listening to the radio plays on Aldous's channel, which I do fucking nightly. It's like my bedtime stories now. It's great because you're like, these are all humans that lived and accomplished what they wanted to do. It's like Orson Welles is one of the few people that I still look at and I'm like, fuck, I wish for that trajectory where you accomplish so much that you don't care anymore. Can you imagine?
Well, can you imagine doing? I mean, Citizen Kane it's an amazing film.
Yeah, there was ceilings.
But on another level, it's a huge fucking troll because he's trolling William Randolph Hearst throughout the whole thing.
Yeah, he is. Yeah,
and he's mocking him, and because he was pissed at Hearst because Hearst wouldn't fund something for him.
Yeah. So
not only at 26 do you accomplish all of your goals, but you also accomplish one of the greatest trolls ever to be done on, like, a guy that's just in your opinion, a shitbag of a human being.
Well, here's the question too: was Hearst responsible for everything that happened after? I mean, he did try to sue him, but, like, there was the defamation trial and all that shit. But, like, I don't, you know, it's fascinating looking at that.
Well, I
Sorry,
don't
go
think.
on.
I mean, Wells certainly didn't have it easy. I mean, he was praised in the press for everything that he did up until after Citizen Kane, and then Hearst's empire went after him. And he definitely didn't have an easy road after that, but he was still extraordinarily successful. I mean, his star really doesn't start to fade until about the mid 60s. And that's just, natural. He's progressed beyond his years, so to speak. And at that point, he's no longer avant-garde. It's like listening to Quentin Tarantino talk now about how he's cutting edge. It's like, no, the moment passed you by, dude. Like, you were the hot shit thing, but you're still doing the same shit that you were doing 20 years ago. So
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood was pretty good, to be honest. I didn't like,
it was not.
I thought it was you need to understand what I'm saying. In comparison to, like, Inglourious Bastards and all that shit, like, I hated that movie.
No, it was a step up from Inglourious Bastards, but Inglourious Bastards it is what it is. It's almost like a fetish film. It's like what Eli Roth
that
does.
movie
Yeah, pretty much.
that movie actually offended me. I actually I got pissed off at that movie, and nobody really understood. As writers, you need to if you're doing something fictional, you need to inform the audience that this is fictional in a way that is not. Yeah, we can do fictional stories set within a world. Okay, so there's lots of stories. There's lots of fictional stories set within the world of World War II. You to break World War II and be like, we killed Hitler. It's like that pissed me off. It actually upset me. Like, and that's
Okay,
when
but then you, in the same breath, you just said that you liked Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, which did the same thing with the Tate murders.
yeah, and but the thing is that I went into that movie knowing that he was doing it.
Okay, I can see that. I look at it this way. I mean,
Somebody explained it to
Tarantino
me.
adapted.
If I went into it, somebody actually told me because they knew like how upset I was with that fucking World War II movie, and the Tay murders are horrific, and they knew I would be upset about that too. So they're like, just so you know, I know you don't like spoilers for the endings, but like he does the same thing, and I was like, well, that's like almost a little bit different in my mind because that was like the Tay murders are so horrific. So let's see what he does with it. And he turned it into like a slapstick comedy.
Concentration camps weren't that horrific, but
No, that's not what I mean. That's not what I mean.
No, I hear what
all.
you're saying. I look at it a little bit different. I look at it, if you look at Pulp Fiction, it's a well-written film. And I really appreciate that aspect of it. Reservoir Dogs is well written. And then you look at Jackie Brown, and he adapted Leonard's novel so well. That's a fantastic adaptation
Jackie
of a
Brown
novel.
is his best movie.
It is, and it's been downhill since then. No, if you've read the Elmore Leonard novel, then you know that we're right.
It is.
okay,
And-
well,
Well, it's also one. It's also not only is it a true adaptation of the source material, it is the perfect encapsulation of what exploitation films were versus what they became. Like,
Yes.
like it fully. He actually accomplished making an exploitation film
okay, without all of the, mumble jumble that you guys are coming
without
up
all that gay shit.
I think Reservoir Dogs is the best because it's the most entertaining.
Well, okay, so Odin, I won't agree with you, but I'll agree with you on one thing: is anytime anybody in the Rock family gets injured, we all do the same thing, and this isn't a lie. We all do it, which is
Oh, it's got to be
You're-
awesome.
you're gonna be okay. You're
Say
gonna
the
be
goddamn word.
okay. You're gonna be okay.
Okay,
Harvey-
so before that,
Har-
though,
Har-
Nord was
Harvey
doing the
Keitel.
cameras like that, and fucking Harvey Keitel and Steve Buscemi, Michael Madsen, like the acting performances were just really good.
Well, Tim Roth, man, that movie set Tim Roth on a path where, like, for about 5 years, he died in every film a low, slow,
Yeah.
agonizing
Oh, yeah.
death. With the pinnacle being his death as Dutch Schultz in Hoodlum, which is fantastic.
Oh, that was
it's
a
like
good movie. Yeah.
it's like the
Liam
exclamation
Neeson
point
almost.
on the half decade of Tim Roth dying in every film. That was
Well, I saw an interview with Mike Madsen, and he was like sitting there smoking a cigarette, and he's like, "Oh fuck, Tim Roth." He's like, "Ask him. The whole movie's about Mr. Orange. Mr. Orange is the star of the fucking." But like, there is no star of that movie. But if anyone was, I thought Mr. White. I thought Harvey Keitel was the star.
no Keitel definitely steals the last half of that film.
Yeah. I mean, it's stupid. Like, as I watch it, though, I go, like, would he really be that taken in by this dumbass? Because Tim Roth really wasn't that believable. I don't know.
I don't know. The best sequence of that is when he's doing he's trying to get in character.
Oh.
Tim Ross.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah, when he's
yeah,
looking in
yeah.
the mirror.
Yeah, he's looking in the mirror, and then he's telling the story about how he's in the bathroom and he washes his
Road
hands,
story.
and the dog's barking at him, and he does the single finger push on the hand blower.
Yeah.
You know what?
Slow motion, the cops turn.
That's
and
what I
look.
mean. That movie was ridiculously entertaining. It didn't have like these kind of humor elements. Like it did, but not like in the same way that Pulp Fiction or Jackie Brown did.
You know what the Tim Roth?
I don't know, when Bunny gets shot in the
moment-
parking lot by De Niro, that's pretty entertaining.
Oh, that shit was funny as hell.
You know what? You know what the moment is of him realizing the character though, is in Four Rooms when the finger gets cut off and he just swipes the money and walks out as the bellboy. That's the moment where he became the character. Does anybody know what the fuck I'm talking about?
No, well, I've heard.
Has anybody
been-
seen Four Rooms?
It's been years since I've
I
seen
seen it
Four
when it
Rooms.
came out. So, oof.
So oh man, that scene like
Sorry, Mo had a comment. It says,
ah,
unlike
motherfucker.
Inglorious Bastards, Magnificent Bastards will be followed by Once Upon a Time in My Anus.
That is what issue 2 is called, actually. So, who spoiled it?
Oh, Mo.
Oh, that's
He didn't
okay.
want any spoilers. He's giving them.
I think that's the
Jesus,
first
get
time
them.
Mo's implied I'm a commie. I don't know if I'm supposed to be offended or honored.
I don't know if he was calling you a commie or me a commie.
And he ended with Gook. I don't know what that was about.
Yeah.
Mo, no flashbacks.
The trees
Yeah.
are clear, man. The trees are clear.
No flashbacks. No flashbacks.
Charlie don't surf.
Charlie don't surf, son.
You guys gotta watch Four Rooms again, because like honestly, Tim Roth and Four Rooms, that the last segment is like they're doing like a Russian roulette, cutting off fingers, and they cut off the guy's finger, and there's like the bet, and he grabs the money off the table, and it is totally him from Reservoir Dogs doing it and walking out of the room, and that's where like that was like the last time I saw Tim Roth and I liked him. What else the fuck has he done? Like he did
He hasn't
That
done
Hulk,
anything in a while.
he
but-
did Sasquatch and Hulk. Oh wait, no,
Yeah, he was the Abomination.
Hateful Eight. How can I say? Okay, Hateful Eight. I liked Hateful Eight. Hateful Eight was good,
Hateful Eight was pretty fun.
especially
Roth was pretty
especially the puking scene. The blood puking scene was the best scene in the movie.
I just like that Kurt Russell, every time he'd say horse shit, I would laugh my ass off.
Yeah.
Because he'd just say, horse shit.
Horror shit.
And just how he was smacking that one bitch around. That shit cracked. Yeah.
There's something I've never asked Aldous, and I'm very interested. And we can talk about it off stream, but like, what is your opinion on Twin Peaks?
I love Twin Peaks. And that's what I was going to say is that was probably Ross' best work in the last 10 years.
Oh,
I
yeah.
agree. I agree with you. That's why I wanted to ask you. Look at that.
No.
You leveled up.
No, man, when season 3 came out, you're always going to, when something like that happens and it's a return to something, you're always going to have an inrush of fans. And that was awesome. It was fantastic to see a bunch of people returning to the source material and looking back on what I would argue is Lynch's seminal work, at least season 1, more so than 2.
Well, two he wasn't really involved in, so
He was involved in the last half, but yeah, you can't. But either way, it's 2's a little bit of a black mark because he stepped away and let Frost have a little bit more control in the network. But either way,
are you excited for the secret season 4?
it's never coming, man.
No, the like Lynch's new work. I can't remember what it's called. It's like I can't remember what the fuck it's called, but like everybody's been speculating that it's like Twin Peaks related, and then a few weeks back there was a picture of all of the Twin Peaks cast sitting. They all had dinner together, and
Well,
it's
there
like,
was a
well,
convention.
why? Yeah,
So-
but like, well, no, I get that conventions happen, but like on the cusp of the fact that apparently Lynch is shooting his shit right now.
It'd be cool if it happens, man. Season 3 for years there was talk about season 3 coming, and then even when Showtime announced it, I still didn't believe it until the first episode premiered, just because it'd be the most Lynchian thing ever for him to go like, "Hey, nope, sorry."
That was a really good Lynch voice.
David Lynch, Missoula, Montana, Eagle Scout.
Oh,
I love Lynch, man.
I'd have to go back and watch Twin Peaks. I watched it when the series came out when I was a kid.
Season 3, that was the thing that was so good.
But as a
about
kid,
season...
I'm like, what the fuck is this shit?
Well, no, but that was the great thing about season 3 is that it was like, you look at like Rise of Skywalker and all this shit, and it's like subverting expectations. It's like, no, season 3 of Twin Peaks subverted everybody's expectations because it was literally like everything that you wanted to happen didn't, but it was satisfying.
But he still answered everything in a roundabout way. Like I didn't when season
it was
3
all satisfying. It was all satisfying. It wasn't.
I wasn't upset at all. I was like, hell yeah, that's what I was looking for.
The only one thing that like I still.
Oh yeah, 4 rooms.
I still have the linchpin in is Audrey. Like the Audrey story, it's like
the linchpin.
Yeah, the linchpin. It's like the Audrey story. I think is actually the most important story in the entirety of Twin Peaks now, because I think Twin Peaks doesn't exist. I think it's like Twin Peaks is a meta thing where it's like Audrey waking up and looking in the mirror and seeing herself as an old person is like Twin Peaks was a fantasy or some shit. I don't know. There's something weird with the Audrey story.
No, I think you're close to something there, but Twin Peaks is a place because you have the physical representation of the key. You have the physical representation of he went there. You don't have it's not associated with the lodge world or the curtain in the lodge because it's not like a Jeffries moment because he makes sure to pay close attention to separate those two. And the dialogue that Jeffries espouses in Firewalk with Me, and then is reiterated in season 3.
Well, what I think is that with Audrey, what I think that is I think that what the fuck is her name? Cheryl, whatever.
Sherilyn Fenn.
Yeah,
I think Mo hit it on the head with that clip, which you can't play because it's The Simpsons. It's Homer watching Twin Peaks.
No, I think
I have no idea what's going on.
Hey, Drew.
I think the end bit of her
up,
seeing
Drew?
herself in the mirror, I think that's supposed to be actually Sherilyn Fenn, and I think I think the entire thing of like, I don't think that's Audrey in season 3. I think that's the actress.
Mo Biggs, there's a scene in Firewalk with Me that makes cutting edge easier to get through. Yes, indeed there is.
Cutting edge. Holy shit.
Yeah, that's is that Moria Kelly? Is that who I'm thinking of?
I don't know who it was. Is that the fucking ice skating movie?
Yeah, it's the ice skating movie with is it Moria Kelly? I think it's Moria. Yeah, Moria Kelly is Donna. Yeah, she plays Donna Hayworth in Firewalk with Me, and there's an extended topless sequence that makes her follow-up film with D.B. Sweeney, of all people, where D.B. Sweeney is a retired hockey player, and they skate in the Olympics as figure skaters.
Yeah.
Hey, that's something that you might have access to. I've been looking for that cut. There was a fan cut of Firewalk with Me that was going on around for years, where everybody took some dude took all the deleted shit and he made like the ultimate cut of the movie, and now you can't fucking find it anymore, and I can't find it anywhere. Do you happen to have it?
I have a VHS copy.
Like, even if you can like
even cooler
somehow dub that, or like somehow like I've never been able to get my hands on it. And I hear it is the best version, and Lynch hates it. And I'm like,
yeah, well, I've got
even
that,
more
and then I've got the 4.5 hour Alan Smythe cut of his Dune on DVD, Region 2, and then I've got the 3 hour 75 or 3.75 hour cut. It's 3 hours and 3/4 hours long. I don't know why that was so hard to say, but I've got that version, and that's the KTLA version that was shown on network television on only off of KTLA. I think it was shown twice before it was shelved. That's a really bad VHS rip that I've got, though. But my man, I'd have to dig. I don't even know. I've got a functioning VHS player. I don't know if I have a DVD burner, but yeah, if I can find a DVD burner, I'll see if I can rip you a copy.
Yeah, I almost forgot Lynch did.
I think I'm done.
I was done like an hour ago.
I know.
I was like,
went off into the weeds there a little bit. Sorry, JBot.
No, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I was trying to do some details. Like, that's as far as I want to go with it.
Nah, you leveled up. It looks great.
Clown, they call us Sandman.
It's a great white buffalo.
To my room every night.
Unfortunately, me and Aldous could just talk about like weird, like offbeat cinema and all this shit for like hours, probably.
Yeah.
I don't know. You show JBot. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's the Midwestern blood. But you show me an image like that, and I really want to go play some Fredbear right now. Just Fredbear, walk with me down the trail again. Take me back where I belong.
Yeah, JBot, that's fucking awesome.
Okay, not bad.
I want that piece actually.
How much are you gonna pay him for it?
I'll pay him in friendship.
Friendship is tragic.
It's tragic and really cheap.
Fist bump.
No, you killed it tonight, man. Like I said, I just wasn't feeling it. I'm like, I started drawing. I'm like, yeah, I'm excited
to
about
come out
this.
too bad.
Oh, yeah.
I drew. I drew
didn't
a
wanna do
stick
it.
figure riding a stick figure.
Let's show yours. That face came out awesome, though.
Yeah, it kind of looked like Billy Jack from not the Billy Jack movies, but the wrestler.
Yeah.
Never turn your back on Billy Jack. That one.
What's that? What was the Billy Jack's the Indian guy, right?
No, not in wrestling.
No, he was Indian, and he was white and Indian. I mean, he didn't look Indian at all. But the movie Billy Jack is one of my favorites of all time.
Yeah, and that's what I'm talking about. Like, I haven't seen that in years. Like,
yeah, he like knew Hapkido, and he like kicked the shit out of all the cops and the deputies and everything. And
yeah, I gotta watch Billy Jack again. Billy Jack's a great movie.
He's standing there. He's go, I'm gonna take this foot and I'm gonna whop you on that side of your face, and there ain't a damn thing you can do about it. Or the one where the guy's got the girl hostage, and he's like, you take another move, I'll kill her. He's like, go ahead and kill her, and I'll kill you. Well, like that's hostage negotiation right there.
Yeah.
Netflix had a cool like documentary where they were talking about like the Shaw brothers and like how like the kung fu fighting boom and all that stuff came and you know pretty much took off. And there was Billy Jack did very well because they would show those videos. They wouldn't show them in like the white neighborhoods. They would show them in like Harlem and stuff. So that's why like a lot of the minorities would go and see Bruce Lee. Or they would see all these Shaw brother films. Oh shit! And when Billy Jack came out, even though he was like a white dude, like you know the blacks and the Mexicans, the Latinos, and all the all of my peeps were like, dude, because he was fighting the man. Everybody loved Billy Jack.
Yeah, he was kicking the shit out of the cops. It was great.
Yeah. So like,
Billy Jack is
one of us, dude. Like, but that's I can't remember what the hell it was called, man. But it was like 3. I don't know, man. It was 2 hours. Like after an hour, I checked out because they started going all type. Then they started talking about parkour. They really talked about Jackie Chan, and then they talked about how like Jackie Chan influenced parkour because there was no Jackie Chan was doing that stuff in the movies before parkour even was a thing. So it was pretty neat. But yeah, every time I see Billy Jack, I think of that, or I hear Billy Jack, I think about that documentary.
Like Sonny Chiba Street Fighter.
Yeah.
I was like, he was like the Chinese Bronson.
Yeah, I mean that guy was so much stuff too, man.
Yeah, I only saw Street Fighters.
Yeah, he was in like some samurai movies where he played like Jubei and stuff with the eye patch and shit. And
oh, really?
He did some where he like fought demons and stuff. He did some pretty. Yeah, the guy always he was an actor, so he did some stuff. And then he was in what Kill Bill and shit too.
Was he?
He was the Hanzo guy who made the sword.
Oh, interesting.
Han
No, this is
Solo.
one of those things. Like I always hated, and well, not hated, but I was not a fan of Kill Bill.
I didn't like it either. It was
Didn't,
okay.
it didn't do much for me. I liked, like I said, I liked Reservoir Dogs. I like True Romance. That was one of my favorites.
True Romance is great.
Yeah. Well, I had really much higher hopes for Tarantino. Like it was kind of that Reservoir Dogs, True Romance, Pulp Fiction. I was like, this guy's killing it. And then just kind of, I don't know. Jackie Brown was good. It just, maybe I need to read the source like you guys to have that appreciation.
I think you also need to
You just need to read Elmore Leonard. I mean, that's
Okay.
regardless of whether there's a film associated with it. Everybody needs to read Elmore Leonard.
I think it's also like the love for the blaxploitation films and stuff like that. Like,
Yeah, I never had a love for that.
why are you racist?
That's exactly why.
I think I was talking to someone on Twitter when because Rob Liefeld was like retweeted something to be like, I guess people were saying that how Tarantino was like, if you act in a Marvel movie, you're not really an actor because people are going to see Thor, people are going to see Spider-Man, people are going to see Black Panther. They're not going to see you. No,
Fair
like
enough.
not like it was like when Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man, we went to see Robert Downey Jr. play Iron Man.
Well,
know what I
have you guys seen Kiss Kiss Bang Bang?
That's a great film.
That's a
Well,
great movie.
Yeah,
man.
not since it came out, but yeah.
Yeah, actually, Kilmer's I think the draw on that one more than Downey. But
Yeah, like well, they play off each other so well in that movie. But it,
But
like,
then, but my point was, then people are like, well, he's just bitter, or he's just jealous, or he's just like, whatever, And I'm like, dude, he's fucking Tarantino, man. I mean, he's up there with like Scorsese, like, and they're like, oh, he's not making that Feige money. It's like, dude,
yeah,
like 10
but
years from now, 20 years from now, they're not going to be studying Feige shit in film school. They're going to be studying Tarantino shit in film school.
I would
well, like-
highly argue that there's not a whole hell of a lot that's come out in the last 10 years that they're going to be studying in film
That's
school in
true.
20 years.
I mean, as
We-
well, like Tarantino.
The days of the epic, the days of the the cinematic masterpiece are long fucking gone. I mean,
Yeah.
we've still got guys like Scorsese that are being propped up and being praised for piss poor films like The Irishman.
Oh God.
But that's the problem too. Is like I think everybody's just too afraid to. Everything's made by committee now, so you only have these few directors that can do what the hell they want, and they do it. They're like, well, thank God, because it's something different than a reboot or a franchise or a superhero movie or you know what I mean, something like that. It's like you're gonna take Irishman, or you're gonna take like a fucking fifth Spider-Man movie, man. You're like, well, shit, man. At least the guy's a real director and he's doing what he wants,
Yeah,
So,
but
I
how
get what you're saying.
How
80s,
embarrassing
I'm
is
sure.
Irishman-
80s. Go ahead, Jim.
Sorry, I was just gonna say how embarrassing is.
We can't hear you, man.
Okay. Well, I was going to say that 80s will disagree with me, but I mean, there's two epoch moments within film, in my opinion, and it's the 70s where you get films like Marathon Man and 3 Days of the Condor, and there was a distrust of government coming out of Watergate, and it translated over into film, and you get some really good films that have just great context and strong filmmaking, solid story that's all built around individualism. And then you go into the 80s and you kind of that fractures a little bit, and you get some great commercial movies that are fun, and some of them are really strong, good cinema, but it's distant, and something about that changed. And then in the late 90s, it's a return to that 70s kind of avant-garde film style, and you get movies like Fight Club and Dark City and these kind of out of left field films that are really groundbreaking, and then it ends.
Right.
And you really don't see that outside of a little bit of independent film here and there since then. And you can argue all you want that the studio system abused actors and shit, but from 1940 to 1955, more classic films were made than since 1997. So
What I was saying was like you look at something like The Irishman. What's embarrassing is that you have like some dude online on YouTube who takes the CG you did of the down aging and blows you out of the water in 5 seconds. Like everybody was going, oh, the way that they made them look young again was so good. And when I was watching the movie, I'm like, they look like a bunch of old men with a fucking Snapchat filter on them. Like, and then some
Well,
dude,
that's
and
no
then
different
some
than what
dude
was
did
than
it
what
online.
Disney did with The Mandalorian, where they had Luke and they de-aged Luke, and then within 24 hours there were 3 guys on YouTube that had done a better job than Disney did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if you're doing a better job on your fucking Dell Alienware gaming PC than Disney is with a multi-million-dollar budget, there's a goddamn problem.
Well, yeah, there's got to be a resurgence of, and it comes out of the independent world. I don't know. That's typically where, when things get stale, you got to turn to the underground. I don't know. Maybe I need to dig and find some small filmmakers who are making some good shit right now.
Well, I mean, I could always point you in the right direction, and I'm sure Aldous could point you in a better direction than I could. But I'm all about what I've been diving into is all of these forgotten films from different cultures. Like I love the Japanese films of the 70s are just fucking incredible.
No, I get that. I would say
Italian
like
films of
something,
them. It's like
some modern filmmakers that are bucking trends. You know what I mean?
oh,
Like, they
no,
got to be
that
out
is-
there. They got to be out there.
Mm-hmm.
There's got to be people like us who are actually like dedicated to actually making a film.
Well, there was a fan Batman film that was funded on Kickstarter of all places, and it was pretty good. It's on YouTube. I'd have to dig it up and send it over your way, but like that was pretty good. And
I might have
there's
saw that. That sounds really familiar.
Yeah,
but I've seen a
both,
few on YouTube. Yeah, where I'm like, holy shit, and they're usually like short, you know, but that's budget restraints and what they got to work with. But almost better that way half the time. So.
yeah, and Neil Blomkamp has his Oat Studios, which I think all the shorts that he's done are up on Netflix now, and you can watch those.
yeah.
Oh,
He's done some fantastic stuff. And they're shorts. They're like 17-minute to 8-minute.
Still waiting for District 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see if that ever happens.
Oh,
But you know, he's another one of those where he did District 9 and then he got some notoriety and some money, and then he did Elysium, and Elysium was okay.
yeah.
But it was like a letdown after the high. He had so much shit going on in District 9. It was like, man, the bar was set really high, and then to have that Elysium drop, it was just like, this is a weak follow up.
The thing
That's
with
what I
That's
District,
hard, man. It goes back to that Wells thing. What do you do when you peak that early?
yeah,
Yeah,
no, and that's
me
a
too.
very
It's like-
typical thing. I say that a lot with music. I'm like, first album has all that raw energy, and they really, pushing and trying, and they're not complacent because they don't have tons of coke and prostitutes and shit.
Mhm.
the thing with District 9 that I always find interesting that people miss in that story
Sorry, Mo, that was funny.
is so like he gets like the goo on him and he turns into like a bug creature,
Yeah,
and then like the other bug creature's like, I can fix you and blah blah blah, right? What everybody always misses is like, yo, none of these creatures are bug creatures. They probably just look like humans, but they all got the goo on them.
Oh, interesting.
Because
I never
like,
thought of that. They were taller though, but
well, no, he became taller too. Like when he started becoming the bug
he
creature.
turned basically just like them. Yeah,
Yeah, so it's like, oh, these bug creatures aren't actually bug creatures. There's like a contamination leak, and they're probably just look like humans, but they all turned into bug creatures just like he did.
interesting. I never thought of that.
Dun dun dun.
That's the one that was making me laugh earlier.
Yeah, no, it's not a boat. It's a boot.
So about the boat,
About a boot.
about the boat.
I always wondered if when Das Boot came out, if a bunch of Canadians went, yeah, we're gonna go see a Das Boot, eh?
Right.
We're gonna go see about this.
Wait, what?
About this boat.
We're gonna see a movie about this boot.
I also wonder, like, how much Canadians spoke normally before
A boot.
Rick
boot.
Moranis made like a boot a thing. Right?
Do you think it happened because of like the making
Because
fun
of
the-
SCTV changed the entire dialect of a nation.
Yes, that's
Yeah,
right.
like, is that what happened?
You weren't all
Like,
bug creatures until you got the black.
we
bean
weren't.
watch.
Yeah, until we got the Rick Moranis goo on us. Like, Rick Moranis is the reason that we speak the way we do.
Yeah, well, I would never know because I didn't know what Canadians sounded like before Rick Moranis. So
No one did, and that was a
And that's
No,
and that's why
and
it
those
happened.
those were the glory years.
I know this great giant country to the north, but never heard anything from them. Not hiding her hair, and now all of a sudden I can't get away from you guys.
Yes, everybody's familiar with Moore's law, which is the exponential increase of memory in computing systems. But most people aren't familiar with the Moranis
Careful.
law, which is
So, yeah.
technology actually reached its apex until Moranis entered entertainment, and then everything's tabled off.
That's well, could agree.
Moranis law.
Moranis law. Well, and then he just dipped too. He's like, "Here's the law," and I'm out.
He lives. He did get a little bit of notoriety when some random guy punched him in the face for no reason.
What?
Psycho.
I hope the whole crowd around them just killed that guy.
No, man, it was like news in
It's mob justice. No one punches.
It was
Rick
news
Moranis.
in Canada. Like, he's in Toronto. He's walking down the street. He lives in Toronto. He's just a dude now.
Yeah.
He was walking down the street and some guy like just ran up and punched him in the face for no reason.
See, how of all the people that you could run up and punch in the face, how is Rick
Right.
Moranis higher on your list than Martin Short? Can someone explain that to me?
I don't think
Well,
he
when
knew
you
it was
see
Rick
Andy
Moranis.
Dick like always beat up, he's like, "Some guys beat the shit out of me." You're like, "Well, you're Andy Dick." Like, of course,
Right? Yeah. No,
Andy
we
Dick,
expect
yeah,
that.
always-
But like,
Always touching people, all weird.
People
and shit.
should, yeah, people should
Nobody
beat the shit out of Andy.
like
Never-
while the guy's beating Rick Moranis' ass, he's like, "I'm not Martin Short. I'm not Martin Short. It's okay."
Right.
I'm not Andy Dick. Please stop.
Well, I view Martin Short as the Canadian Andy Dick. So,
Really, Martin? Like, Martin?
dude, he was a
Short-
crutch. He was a
Yeah.
crutch.
I never got the attraction to Martin Short either. Like, he was the least favorite of the three Negros
Absolutely,
by far.
and that's saying something because Chevy Chase is in there, and that's
I like Chevy Chase though.
You would.
yeah. As
would.
I will quote
Yeah,
Bill
I
Murray,
would.
he's marginally funny.
He's marginally right. Well, he's no Bill Murray. I'll say that.
Yeah, but Bill
I
Murray's
don't know.
not a-
There was things he did that made me laugh, but that said, Steve Martin carried that whole cast. So.
Mo does
Oh.
bring up an excellent point that is, for all we know, someone gave him a whole box of raisins to punch with.
That's true. He may not have done it for no reason. He might have done it for many reasons.
Wow.
Oh,
I think I'm gonna call it, guys.
All right. Hey, can I ask James a real quick question?
No,
this will take 10 hours.
sure.
10 hours later.
James, do you know what my favorite thing about Switzerland is?
That they're all homosexuals.
No, it's nothing I can put my finger on, but their flag is a big plus.
Nice.
Good night.
I love you, Aldous.
Good night.
I like that he directed that at me because he knows it would make.
Yeah, yeah. See, I'ma let you know who the best by the hour. This like Rosie O'Donnell at a bisexual bridal shower. It ain't nothing to me, man. I keep it for real. Look at this dental, man, with dental the grill. See, I'm the best. I told you that. This dude like that, he ran in front of the cat. Now I messed up, but I'ma stay on top. They told me, man, but you know, I'm never gonna flop. Look at this dude, he need to stay in the shade. Ain't no wonder why he came out. He already in the gay parade. I told you, man, I got you roasted like ever. You don't know, but my rhymes, they straight up clever.